Nothing on this show is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, and nothing said here is intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Contact your physician before starting a diet or exercise regimen, including supplementation. This is not medical advice and is for entertainment purposes only.
I'm Joey Savage.
Taylor Knox.
Todd Spear.
And this is the Supp Works podcast.
We are live here at the Arnold Expo in Columbus, Ohio. We're actually at the Hyatt Regency Bar, which this is where all the movers and shakers hang out at. We decided, hey, why not just sit down and we're talking anyway, so let's just freaking record it because everyone says, hey, we should be recording this. So we're doing it right here, right now. We're going to have some people come in and out and alternate every, 15 minutes or so. We have Blair over here with the timer. We've got lots of different guests who want to come in and just kind of shoot the shit with them. We're going to start off with Todd Spear. Todd, Joey, do you want to intro Todd?
I mean, Todd's a cool guy. Let's be real. Todd's a cool guy. He's been with, how long were you with Nutrition 21?
10 years, 10 and a half years.
And for those of you at home, Nutrition 21 is the distributor of a handful of really interesting trademarked ingredients. They've got Listriva, which is a super bioavailable biotin. I'm plugging that one first because it's not as famous.
Yeah.
Zinmax, which is a really cool bioavailable form of zinc. Velocitol, which is I don't know. Are you most famous for Velocitol or nitrosogene?
Nitrosogene.
Okay,
that was the big hit.
Is that how you say it?
In order.
Nitrosogene, yeah.
Nitrosogene?
That was always a big question, like nitrosogene,
Yeah.
nitrosogene.
I
I always say it was one of those names that was like created in a closed group and
It's not that
forgot.
bad.
They didn't ask you.
I have seen.
It
worse.
was before me, actually.
didn't
too.
ask you.
They did not ask me.
Like,
and I'm sure they don't want my opinion now.
and it comes from arginine. We're gonna mush them together and call it nitrosogene.
It's a very innovative way of
It's
doing
the El Camino of names.
Yes, it is. It's very El
That's a good
Camino.
way of putting it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Nitrosogene, you are now the El Camino.
I hope I don't get sued for that.
Nah. But we're not here to talk about nutrition.
No.
21.
I'm not Nutrition 21 anymore.
What are you doing now?
I am with contract manufacturer based out of California, Protein Research.
Oh, fun.
Been around for about 40 years. And we can do everything. Capsules, tablets, powders.
Mm-hmm.
And
Didn't
our
know you did
our
tablets.
you didn't know we did tablets?
didn't know.
We do. Powders is probably a bigger portion of our business than capsules and tablets, but
stick packs.
we do
Oh,
stick
that's a big one.
packs. We do sachets. We do gusseted bags. We do cans. Whatever you need, we can pretty much do it. And like I said, we've been there for about 40 years. So we've got some history with manufacturing.
Where y'all out of?
Livermore, California.
Livermore by UC Davis
I don't trust those Californians.
and the Lawrence Livermore National
National
Laboratory.
Laboratories, that's right.
They do a lot of radiation research there.
But you also you do some work with MPA, right?
In so much that I'm a fan of MPA, and I'm not officially associated with them, but I believe strongly in what they do.
Cool.
What is your opinion on the current state of affairs in the industry, Todd?
We've got some trouble brewing in the it's not brewing anymore. There's some
It's on our
big
doorstep.
issues in the industry right now. The two biggest, of course, are NMN. I always
Not
have to
M&Ms.
I always have to
M&Ms.
say it that way because it just doesn't roll off my tongue.
Yeah.
I just want to
Me too.
clarify.
I always want to say M&N too.
Yeah.
Or
And
M&N, like M&Ms.
Not M&M
Yeah.
no.
or M&M's the candy. NMN.
which are delicious. But
And if the FDA banned those, it'd be the same thing. The same fucking thing. They're gonna ban your M&Ms? Get the fuck out of here. They're M&Ms. And this is nicotinamide mononucleotide. This is the sirtuin feeder. I mean, this is. Some people think it's like the fountain of youth. I think the jury's out, but it does stand a good chance.
You still take it every day.
Fuck yeah, I do.
So they're trying to. Okay, I'm a layman.
so there's that, and then there's these state level laws, notably the New York law.
You have to get closer to your microphone.
What's
I
going
keep
on in
to
New
this.
York?
There you
Because I
go.
keep hearing about this. and-
NPR, Todd.
So, yeah, that's right. I got to get my NPR voice on.
all right.
Welcome to the delicious dish.
I like it.
So yeah, let's talk about New York first because that kicks in
That one matters.
in April. It matters big time. So
Isn't it April 1st? Isn't that a
it
joke?
should be,
It should
but
be.
it's
What if
not.
This is a fucked up joke by the government.
The government,
hope
the
It
is a
government
very
is
bad
fucked
joke.
up
It's a fucking
It
joke.
is a bad joke if it is. And so basically, I think it starts out the way a lot of bad laws start, with good intentions. And basically, there is a group based out of Harvard that has been pushing for this law to ban the use of or the ability to purchase supplements for weight loss and muscle gain for people under 18, which I don't think most people have a particular problem with. Most supplements say not for the use for people under the age of 18.
Right, it's like a blanket statement we put on
Right.
everything.
Right.
But
unless it's kids' gummies or something.
True.
Yeah.
But the allegation that I think they are leveling is that the marketing of supplements for muscle building products and weight loss leads to eating disorders. And there's simply no evidence to support that. They published a paper that is...
I felt like in a weird way, it was like almost a solution to eating disorders. Have some whey protein
So very smart people at Harvard are just coming up with this?
Yeah, it's largely driven by graduate students at the School of Public Health. For whatever reason, I can't think of the name of the group right now. Yeah, and the take home is that they've got this law passed in New York that's extremely broad, and so it says basically any product that can be used for muscle building or weight loss. And now I will say protein is specifically separated from that.
But creatine.
But creatine is in there. And there, for whatever reason, this group and many other groups seem to think that creatine is a steroid. And, I'm sure people watching this know that it's probably the most studied dietary supplement. There's something like 4,000 or 5,000 studies, and its original use was, in neonates, and at very high doses, so like 4 grams, in like literally like 5-pound babies, right, to prevent some cognitive issue. I can't remember the name of the disease.
Interesting.
So the safety profile is phenomenal.
Safe. Yeah.
It's actually, and this is kind of a little interesting thing, it has a better safety profile than water. Like, water intoxication is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's...
Did you see the water at our office? It's bad.
I've had water intoxication.
Are you in Flint?
No, oddly
Might
enough,
as well
I had
be.
water intoxication back when I was in high school. So, I would have been one of those kids getting drunk on water but can't afford any supplements or can't
Right.
get
You
'em.
couldn't afford the creatine to protect
You were one of those
Yeah.
kids who tried, though.
Oh, I was a trier for sure.
Yeah.
So,
So anyhow, and it's beyond that. It's not just like if you have, for instance, Carlos Lopez, the head legal officer, chief legal officer for Vitamin Shop, pointed out that they have in their store coconut oil, medium chain fatty acids that
That's
make
caprylic acid.
that make the claim, improves. What's the I forget
something loosely around weight loss, probably.
Yeah, it's like improves metabolic function type claim,
So like
right?
a non-structure function claim, but it's just like a
It's
loose
pretty vague.
marketing
I think
claim.
it's metabolic
They put like an
function.
asterisk on it, and it just
Right.
disclaims to a FDA disclaimer.
But
Right.
people use MCTs for keto and all this other stuff, low
Right.
carb, high fat diets in order to try to get the bodies to burn more fat.
This is just like normal stuff that people use for.
Or people use it to cook with.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
But under the New York law, potentially this is something that you will require someone over the age of 18 to sign for. And so in the stores, it's one thing, right? You have to show an ID to buy it. Now, what they've done is that if you are mail order, you're Amazon or bodybuilding.com or anybody selling through the mail,
Direct
now you have to have an in-person delivery and someone sign for it.
Which means the brands have to spend more money.
Becomes very prohibitively expensive unless, you're someone like Amazon that already has the ability to do this. You're
Yeah.
using a special like UPS or FedEx delivery
Yeah.
where you have an 18+ only signer.
But still, man, I get like
They've
things
officially
that require,
become the new cigarettes.
I get things that require for signage, and it's not always do I need to sign for them. Sometimes they just leave it.
Well,
yeah, but
in,
I mean,
in
have
this
you
case,
ever ordered alcohol online?
No,
Have you ever ordered tobacco online?
no.
If you were, then they would have to do an age verification if they drop it off. Like there's the booze delivery service called Drizzly, right?
Right.
And if you order some Drizzly, I mean, even if you're hammered at home, you know, they can drop it off to you so long as you produce an ID, you're over 21, sign here, and you're done.
Yep.
So they're making it basically the same thing in the state of New York for
For
Supplements.
supplements.
Yes.
Correct.
For fucking protein and creatine.
Well, protein,
I
not
know.
protein,
Yeah.
not protein.
Why are we going to give them slack on protein? Honestly,
It's important to be correct.
I
you don't
do
want
believe
to,
like maybe there should be like a subset.
It's
of
bad enough
supplements.
that we don't need to
there,
exaggerate.
there should be more than protein on this list
I
of
think the take
things
home
that are
here is
available.
that it's just silly and it's kind of ridiculous. And
Well,
it's, not really
it's
well thought of.
ridiculous. And it's not thought out, and it's really going to be a huge problem for the industry and anybody who wants to use these products. I mean, think about in New York City.
We got a
like you're
lot
going to
of
have
customers.
doormen signing for this stuff, and for the wealthy, but anybody else like trying to get deliveries is going to be a nightmare.
Some poor kid in the Bronx.
Are they trying to like set precedents for this in other states as well?
Yeah, so more and more states we're seeing this. I believe there are potential bills in Maryland, Massachusetts. I want to say Maine, California came very close last year to producing a similar law.
California's
They're all
got it.
and of course the
It's
real
coming up to the front burner in
They're all
California.
liberal states.
Of course, but does it matter? I mean, I think liberals should have the right to supplements.
Well, sure.
Maybe that's what we change his campaign to.
Gosh.
NPA for the rights of
So what
liberals
is-
to supplements.
All joking aside, what is why donate to the MPA? And what are y'all? What not y'all? Because you're a fan, not an associate. What is the MPA doing to try and counteract this? Like, why?
So NPA basically has filed a lawsuit to stop this law for a number of reasons, including it may not be constitutional.
Sure.
I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to sit here and give you all the necessary reasons, but it is a huge problem for the industry. It's a huge problem. If you just stop for a moment and say, well, we have 50 states that are going to potentially have different delivery laws applying to each a variety of different supplement categories. This is
Complicated.
It just reminds
Very,
me
very
of Prop
complicated.
65 in so many different ways.
Yeah, and Prop 65 is. It's not well policed. Well, I mean, it's only effective in California.
Well, and,
Right.
and
but
that
no one else care from the label making standpoint. From where we're at, we got customers who are like, I don't care. Don't put it on there.
Well, in Prop 65, it's a similar thing in that in New York, the trial lawyers can bring lawsuits against, these small mom and pops, these GNCs, whoever
Natural
is
body.
having natural body,
Yeah.
whose products are being delivered, or they have a young associate that forgets to ask for ID because someone looks like they're over 18, right?
Or maybe it's their friend from school.
Whatever the reason, and the lawyers are going to be suing, both large and small companies, and this is going to be the trial, is that the trial attorneys are going to essentially be ordering these products and trying to find
Sting operations.
people that don't.
Undercover.
So what I hear is this is
Follow
just
the law.
a very opportunistic case for attorneys.
Is very
They're
opportunistic for
pretty much the
attorneys.
only ones
At the
that
end of
win
the day,
here.
that's all this really is. And it's them, in a sense, that are going to be enforcing this.
Look, I
Just
personally
at the
don't have a
threat
dog
of
in this fight,
lawsuit.
but just from my perspective, it's just very silly.
It's just unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. It's
It's like turning us into cigarettes with extra steps.
well.
I don't
Here's
understand that
here's
analogy, but
The
here.
analogy is when you turn 18, what can you do? You can probably go to strip clubs and you could buy, back in the day, you could buy cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
Now it's 21. My
But for
conspiracy is that they need some sort of new vice or something to kick around for the kids who turn 18. You got to have an incentive. Strip clubs, military, dietary supplements.
So right now it's already 18 though. That's like
Most
already-
products
We
say
already
on the
have-
side,
yeah.
don't use if you're under 18.
It's like an unwritten
But
law.
look, the vast majority of there's very good data on this. The vast majority of pre-workouts, for instance, are actually purchased for moms for their children, primarily sons, and their husbands. And it's largely Costco purchases, right?
Right.
And so, you know, some could argue, well, they're just going to keep buying it that way. But, you know, the real danger is, how does this law get enacted? It is very vaguely written. It has potential to hurt a lot of independent businesses.
And a lot of products.
A lot of products. And it's, you know, when you look at the data, the research does not support this idea that weight loss products and muscle building products, first, that they're dangerous, and there's certainly no evidence that they are encouraging people to have eating disorders.
Correlation is not causation.
Well, they don't even have correlation. And in fact, if you go and look at the study that they published in Nature Science, I think it was Science last year.
So it was one article in Science that really did this whole thing.
It's not even It's not even Science. It's like a sub open access.
Billy Bob's Science Journal.
It's like an it's an open access.
I'm gonna start one of those.
You know, it's an open access journal. And
there's nothing wrong with open access.
It's like an op-ed.
But I get what you're saying.
But the thing of it is, it's not peer reviewed. And you know, I quickly looked at it and I was like, well, okay, so they're calling teens, anybody who's a teenager, so it includes 18 and 19-year-olds who can legally still buy these things. It includes diuretics and
diuretics. No one even really
which is
makes
not a dietary supplement.
Well, sure.
And products for constipation.
So what I'm hearing is
laxatives.
this thing doesn't really have much structure to it.
It doesn't have.
It harms more than it helps.
Well, and the products
Correct.
that are affected
We don't
are
even
not
know what
the
it's really
products that
helping.
were involved.
Yeah. That's
What's
weird.
that, Joey?
And the products that are affected by this law aren't even the products that were involved in the study.
In the study, right? The study has a lot of
Laxatives,
flaws.
Diuretics.
It was a
this
meta-analysis,
bundled
and
it
it's
with
just
weight loss.
it's pretty sloppy,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Sounds like it.
And but beyond that, like, there are just this concept that the marketing of dietary supplements is going to lead to eating disorders. There's just no research to back it up.
So, knowing this and knowing what we're facing, because we're running up on time, what are your suggestions for the future, Mr. Todd Spear?
Well, we as an industry really need to work together. If you're not a member, if you're in this industry and you're not a member of a trade association, then you're really taking from the industry without giving back. You really need to, if you've got a profitable business, join a trade association. I'm obviously encouraging people with the NPA because they are leading the lawsuits on this, and they're actively involved, and they've got a good history. There are other great trade associations, so I don't want to play favorites.
The mafia families of our industry. Yeah. The 5 families.
There are 5 families. Join one of them and join the fight.
And when we shout the trade association's names with our power rings, we assemble.
That's right.
Captain Supplements.
No, I mean, look, just like anything else in this country, right? There's a lot of divisions, but a lot of it's over petty stuff, and it's time to kind of put that stuff together, work together, write to your members of Congress, your state legislatures, talk to them, to explain to them that these issues are important to you.
Right.
And in addition to this New York State thing, we've got the NMM thing that I imagine you guys will talk about.
I mean, that for me, I feel like they're trampling on the sovereignty of our industry.
And just health in general.
Well, look, dietary supplements under DSHEA are supposed to be regulated like food. I don't think anybody has to sign to buy orange juice, right?
Doesn't matter how old you are.
If we are supposed to be regulated like dietary supplements at the federal level, I have a very hard time with states coming in there at the state level and saying you've got to do these other specific things, and we're going to prevent you from, unless you get a signature and show an ID, you can't get this supplement.
Right.
And I can understand the argument for states' rights, but look, if every state has different regulations about food, we're in a world of shit, not just in dietary supplements.
Everything.
But everything.
Sets precedents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It gets very sticky, very messy, very fast.
So I think the take home here, where we're coming up in like 15 minutes, is like, if you're active in dietary supplements, if you're a fan, if you own a brand, a manufacturing facility, if you're any sort of service provider,
Or just a consumer.
or even a consumer, like, it makes sense to get involved,
Yep.
find a trade association, and help us group together to actually go and fight dumb litigation.
Yes. And as individuals,
Or they'll just take it
whether or
from
not
us.
you're in the industry, if you're a user of supplements, if you're a member of the industry, get to know your members of Congress and your state legislatures. Reach out to them, let them know, like, this is something that's important to me.
Squeaky wheel.
Yes, let them know, like, there's a lot of people in our industry in this particular state, whatever state that you happen to live in.
I can't wait for the day where, my kid is at the front door saying, why the fuck do I have to sign for this? This is just goddamn vitamins. To the Amazon guy.
I mean, yeah.
What next,
Yeah.
Wheaties, like Cheerios?
Well, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but it does create. I mean, it's not crazy to say that it creates a bad precedence,
Yeah.
right? And that this, once you start heading down these slippery slopes, it can get ugly fast. And good intentions often go wrong, and I think that the people behind this had very good intentions. Like, who does not want to prevent young girls, young boys from, developing eating disorders? It's an admirable thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going about it the wrong way. Look, we're an easy target.
Right.
It is much harder to sue Instagram and Facebook and the
TikTok.
social medias
ones really
that are really
responsible.
having much more impact. But we're a soft target.
Right.
We're easy to go after.
Right.
They're billionaires. They buy all the time and
Lobbying.
that they need. We're a $60 billion industry, but we're really fragmented.
Right.
Whereas these are $100 billion companies.
There's a couple of them, and they're like, hey,
Right.
we need
This is a mighty coincidental with, there was a recent hearings on Capitol Hill where the social media companies were brought in and somehow they were, taken to task on how accountable that they should be for their content that they have and the impact that it has on young kids and teens, suicide rates, and obviously eating disorders going hand in hand with that.
Yes.
We are the one that's getting thrown under the bus because of their problems.
Like I said, we're an easy target. It is much easier to get state legislators to go after our industry than it is to go after the groups that fund them. And frankly, the groups that fund Harvard, right?
Right.
Of course.
Right.
Zuck went to Harvard, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's giving them a lot of money. Their department,
We're a patsy. We're a patsy for these guys.
Like more like a
their
fall
school
guy.
of public
Fall-
health
yeah,
is not
same
going to go
thing,
after
patsy.
Zuckerberg,
All right, let's get on to the next guest and move this
Yeah.
show on along. Todd.
Well,
Todd,
thanks for
thank
having me.
yeah. It's been fun.
Gotta have
We
you back.
had really great conversations off of this.
I
thing.
know,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed some comedy.
We could go for hours, I think. But yeah, let's get the next guest on. Were we gonna do Mike or
Mike
Mike?
Roberto.
Mike or Ben?
Yeah.
Ben's got his whole
Tap.
podcast. He had 2 hours.
We're gonna do the studio wrestling style.
He's tagged in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike Roberto.
Hang on.
He's got to get ready.
That's tequila. You just put your hand in.
You're welcome.
What's up, gentlemen?
Welcome to the Supp Works podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. Thanks for having Ben on as the first guest.
Yeah, it was
So-
fun.
Episode 2.
For those of you who don't know, Mike Roberto is the original founder of Price Plow that Ben works for. He was on our second episode.
First episode. Well, yeah,
First
you're right.
episode
First
was
guest.
us.
Yeah, you're
First
right.
guest. Yeah.
Second episode, but they work together every day, hand in hand. And I don't know. Do you want to talk about that for just a second, as far as what Price Plow was and where it came from, and I don't know, the forum days?
Yeah, so Ben did a great job explaining how it started, but yeah, it started as a price comparison site. I was here at Ohio State playing water polo club and everything. We
You're
had
an
a blast.
Ohio guy, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
from here.
I'm from Cleveland originally.
Oh shit.
And so, this is the return to Mecca. And, back in my day, the campus was way different down there and everything.
Yeah.
But so we played club water polo. It was super fun, but I started researching protein. Remember, I swam at high school moderately competitively, not like that great, but it was carbs. No one talked about protein back then. So then the protein starts, protein power comes out, and it starts up, and ISSN's getting going. They're starting to put studies out. People are fighting over creatine and things like that, and so I'm like, okay, well, I should take some protein.
Maybe some creatine.
And being cheap and in college, I start going down the early Google and everything, and this sucks. I should.
Why is this so expensive?
Yeah, and I'm trying to save $1 being poor in college and stuff. So I said someone should do a price comparison site, because there was PriceGrabber.com, NextTag.com. They all stunk. So I kept that in the back of my mind and eventually started coding it when I was in corporate America after I had graduated and everything. And I was disenfranchised in that world, and I said, I'm going to do this.
Oh, wow.
And so I put
coded it yourself.
Yeah, first version I did.
Yeah.
First version, and I'll tell any young entrepreneur, just do it. Version 1.0 is going to suck no matter what you do.
Pancake.
Just do it. And so, we can look at old screenshots or whatever. It's like an old snowplow logo. It's hilarious. I love it, dude.
Why price plow?
I was looking for a domain I can get a .com on. I didn't want to be protein specific or nutrition specific, because I thought this thing could be scaled to other levels and stuff.
That's a lot of
and
foresight.
we were in Ohio. There's snowplows everywhere, and we're plowing prices, I guess. So it's just I don't know, man. And so anyway,
Plow's taken on several definitions since that time. But either way, the metaphor still fits.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I know you have strong opinions here, because Joey is he wants to rewrite Deshay.
Do we want to get? I want to touch on two things with you specifically.
Yeah.
I would like to consider you one of the foremost experts on NMN and the state of the union on that, from its origins to its current state.
Yeah. No one's really documented it better than you have. Right?
And what I realize is that if you're going to cover a happening, whether it's a lawsuit or a thing like this, you have to, once you start, you have to be in all the way. I used to cover some of the amino acid lawsuits, spiking lawsuits, but then they got lost. You got to get in Pacer, you got to download the PDFs, pay the money and everything, and stay up to date. So I decided I'm committed to actually covering this NMN case. One of my regrets was not covering the NAC thing, because that was extraordinarily suspicious. And I wish I had supported the coverage of NAC, which NPA took care of handily and everything, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
So I made it a decision that I'm going to dig into this NMN thing. What really happened? And so you start building a timeline. And I realized that there's these other websites out there that do a great job, but there is not one story from start to finish. What is the
create
timeline?
your own landing page on this?
So I created
with sightings
off the price blog.
Yes, and now we're over 100 citations and all that. So
impressive.
And a lot of it's the biochem stuff that you know more about.
Sure,
of
and
course.
how it works.
And exactly, but that I had to learn that in order to understand the basic that this is essentially a B vitamin. It is vitamin B3, which doesn't have an official.
That's silly.
So so looking at the timeline,
It's just a B vitamin.
but it doesn't matter. It's a new.
This is the biggest stink that a vitamin has ever gotten into.
Well, that raises questions, especially at the same time that NAC was getting banned. So so I realize it's a B vitamin. This shouldn't be a big deal. But that has nothing to do with anything legally. Legally speaking, it has an NDI that was acknowledged by the FDA, and that's that. It's over as far as I'm concerned. There's no takebacks.
Right.
The only way you get an NDI, which is a new dietary ingredient that has been acknowledged without any complaints. This is NDI 1247. The only way you get it off the market is if it's been adulterated. And adulteration, and generally in our context, would mean safety concerns. There is no safety concerns with this stuff. There's not even a niacin flush with NMN. So
no observed adverse event level.
Thank you, Joey. So, and for my eyes, trying to do a take back, find me in the law where they allow for a take back.
So there's cahoots. There's convolution going on. There's people.
Vested interests, perhaps?
There's vested interests. There's people with money trying to keep their money, and all it does is really hurt people's consumers' ability to get access to better health.
So did you follow the secondary path, the path of the IND, the investigational new drug, and how that was placed in with Metro Biotech?
Yeah, well, the issue is that we don't know the IND date. If they would tell us when.
The FDA won't tell us the IND date.
Correct.
Why would they not tell us that?
Because they don't have to.
Because they don't have to.
Conveniently, huh?
So after the fact, if I wanted to suddenly decide that the amino acid glutamine is a drug and I put it into an IND case and trial, all of a sudden that becomes a pharmaceutical if I do this, say, next week?
Well,
at least that's what the situation would lead us to believe.
But yeah, but okay, glutamine is a bad example because that's like an old dietary ingredient that was sold as a dietary supplement pre-1994.
Just because we did not know that NMN existed didn't mean that it didn't exist.
When? In 1994 or?
Prior to 1994.
Right, but I'm trying to, okay, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm trying to look at the letter of the law
I
here.
know.
And you're,
but,
yeah,
but
I know what
the
you're
case I'm making is part of Monte Shake 2.0.
Oh, Joey. Okay, I don't know what you talked about with Todd, but I think Todd and I have similar opinions and stuff. So anyway, the long story short, the FDA, I think, is trying to pull a fast one on NMN, and they need to be like, you're going to get some pushback on this because you don't want to lose other dietary supplements such as your glutamine, as an example.
Sure.
So we push back, and
be a drug next week.
And so, like, I feel like I put together at least a nice document that shows, like, here's what happened here, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, this is wrong. So,
yeah.
And I think it will have to go to court. Like, that's just probably where this...
Unquestionably.
So we need to sue them. Someone needs to sue someone.
Yeah, but there's steps to getting to the lawsuit. And this is where you bring in NPA and have the lawyers actually explain. They're currently waiting on an FDA response. FDA's continued to kick the response down the road.
Has for months.
Yeah. So, and Joey, I wanted to compliment you. You've come up really quick on a lot of this stuff, which is awesome. And like you were explaining, like the 4 different like trade organizations. Like I didn't know some of that stuff. So like super impressive and everything that you've gotten like into this.
I've done a lot of networking.
So my thinking was Joey's either mad about this or he's just getting bored and needs a new hobby.
It's a bit of both, Mike. It's a bit of both. Because at some point, like, you know, we represent this industry in various different kinds of ways.
Right.
And like you guys went to the NPA's fly-in day and you were on Capitol Hill. You were talking to your legislators about, you know, I guess what you cared about as constituents in regard to supplements. I think it's going to take more than that.
Correct.
Because, you know, having just a conversation with these people, I don't know how meaningful exactly that's going to be. They probably have this for fucking animal rights and forests and all kinds of other random shit. And then we got dietary supplements coming in. Well, the quest, if I were in their shoes, I'd be like, what are they getting us for lunch? Like, that would be the question. And it's going to have to take more than that. It's going to take a lot more social awareness to realize that our poor little B vitamin is getting stomped on. Like, this is about the sovereignty of our industry and the sovereignty of the human body and the human experience. And to like deprive someone of an essential nutrient is just fucked up and cruel.
Okay, agreed. So when we announced Fly-In Day, I was writing our article announcing it, and I did my thing. I went on to like a rant about lessons learned last year. One of my big regrets after that trip was me and Ben didn't do a Mike and Ben podcast where we talked about what happened, because I had one of the heavier hitter meetings there. I met Senator Markwayne Mullin, Senator of Oklahoma. Most people met their local like Congress, the House of Representatives.
That's how it works. You go to your person.
And the NPA set it up because Oklahoma we don't have as many citizens.
Right.
Like he gave us 45 minutes. Like we had a long meeting with him. And
did he respond well?
We thought because he's an MMA fighter and because he's an athlete,
that's cool.
Wrestlers and stuff. He's a wrestler. And he uses supplements. We thought he would be fully on board. But there were some disagreements, and like
what did he disagree about?
He basically looked at us in the eye, and there was like education needed. And he basically said he's like the FDA doesn't have. Okay, so let me rewind. I brought in Jim Emmy. It wasn't me, so I was the door. I was the ticket into this meeting. We're going into the Capitol, so you can't bring everyone. Ben was pissed because he couldn't get in. You know?
Yeah.
And so I was the entry. So they brought me in. Then there was Jim Emmy, CEO of Now Foods. And then Mark Ledoux of Carnison, like NAI and everything. Right. In my opinion, we needed Dan Fabricant in that meeting because,
of course.
So we needed our coach in there. Yeah. So Jim Emmy's main complaint was the FDA's not like doing anything about all this fraudulent product that's on Amazon. They're testing it and no one's doing a thing. And so Senator Mullin,
I'd be like, that's our point.
Yeah, and Senator Mullin's like, well, the FDA doesn't have authority to do. And he looks at it and we're like,
what?
What? Yeah. And so maybe
It's like their job.
right. And so technically, maybe they're not. I think like we were caught on our heels because now we have to like argue with him. And like, am I going to argue with my senator? Like this guy's kind of powerful in this country, and so we
He's a
kind of
fighter. He's used to it.
and yeah, so we kind of did actually. and so
Awesome.
And so basically though, so like we went on this tangent. We didn't even get to NMN or any of that stuff. Like we were on our heels. He like in wrestling context, he put us on our backs.
Sure.
No doubt. And like we were, I felt, and I'm embarrassed to say this, I felt unprepared. And I don't want to feel like that this year.
He's saying that the FDA has no authority to
so
enforce. And like,
technically-
you're like, that's not my fucking responsibility. Sounds like that's a you problem.
I want to know what is the technical.
So,
what is the technical?
Well, technically, yeah, the FDA is not going to come in and arrest you with guns. But they bring in the Department of Justice to do that. So it's like,
Or the DEA.
right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they set the precedent with the law, and then attorneys all sue each other and go and look for people to sue.
This is where Dan Fabricant needed to be in that meeting.
Okay, and then in some cases, if there's some bad actors or maybe somebody's making a little too much money that's pissing someone off, then they send in the Department of Justice.
Right. The FDAs aren't the stormtroopers like that.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what he was saying. But like, so anyway, the meeting didn't go as well as we expected it to, but it was really like, it was fun. It was cool. Yeah. And like some crazy stuff happened that like me and Ben could have talked about. But like, for instance, the veil slipped for a second. And so we were chit chatting because I live like real close to where he used to live and everything. And so we were talking about this and that. And he's like, and we were talking about he's a wrestler. And then he is like, where do you open water swim? He asked something along those lines.
Asked you that question.
Yeah. And I'm
Ask
like,
you where you open. When's the
Because
last time you open water swam, Mike?
so that was the thing. I didn't bring up my open water swimming at all in
He
that meting.
fucked with you?
So what it told me
He
is
went
that
all full-blown telepathic.
no, his people researched me.
He did some research.
Oh,
You look at my
he knew who you were before you came in and talked to
Yeah,
him.
he probably had
dude,
some
get
points or
out.
I
something.
got, dude, yeah. So I had like a glitch in the matrix in this meeting, and I'm like, I look in the eye, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it was pretty crazy, and it was
It's
like
a Jedi master.
it was a fun little adrenaline pump. It was fun to represent the industry and understand that we definitely need to educate more. But also, let's be honest, like you said, in Oklahoma, you got the Cattlemen Ranchers Association.
Uh-huh.
We have big oil, like farmers everywhere, obviously, and that's
Right.
like our elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So like, and there's like one supplement manufacturer who's in Oklahoma. Like we have no supplements in Oklahoma,
Right.
so like I have zero weight. This guy has zero incentive. To
Just like no
support us.
representation.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like it was just cool. Like, well, yeah. And we need to be like, okay, yes, but 75% of your constituents use dietary supplements, at least one, whatever it may be, a multivitamin. So it was fun. So like some of my lessons learned were like, do your research, have your pitch ready, like have an ask. We were in a meeting in New Jersey with Ben. It was cool because like I got to go into like all these different meetings, and I appreciate it. The representative, he just asked us. He's like, "What's the ask?" Like it's okay to ask them for something.
Yeah.
Like don't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
The ask is, I want you to support this HSA FSA bill. It makes sense to allow me to buy dietary supplements with funds that I put into the FSA.
Yeah.
And you got to be ready for this. You have to have this pitched
And
like an
there's a
Instagram
chance.
reel.
Yeah.
That taking these things might be beneficial to my health.
And we have this bill here in Congress. We have this bill here in the Senate. I'm asking for your support on this HSA bill. That's the ask.
Is that the whole thing? Is you're pitching some sort of a bill or legislation that happens to be going on at the time?
You need an ask. I don't care what it is. Why are you meeting me? What do you want from me, dude?
Is there ever a what's in it for me?
Yeah.
I don't know that much.
Well,
See, I'm
quid
a
pro
rookie.
quo.
I'm going into sophomore year here. So like he joked about like, yes, like we were talking about the people who own the land where I live and everything, or who like sold the land, and he's talking about how they just like dropped off someone else like a briefcase of money and stuff. Like so we're just making fun of the people and all that. But
it's like he knows some things.
A briefcase of money was mentioned.
Oklahoma's it's small. Like, and I'm and he knows I'm a rookie in here, so like I got no weight, but I was the ticket in, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
But overall, like, no, that will never be mentioned, especially not in like the Senate building and stuff. Like I'm not at that level, of course, and I never would offer something like that.
So Joey has recently, he says he wants to rewrite Deshae 2.0, and you came on and said, "No, Joey, you're a freaking idiot."
Yeah, I said it. I forget.
I just want to hear this banter.
I would like to hear you state your case on this.
Yeah.
My case is simple. You're going to lose ground. there is an infinity % chance that you will lose ground. Deshay in 1994 is as friendly as we will ever get, ever in the course of time right now. It needs to be enforced better. We all agree that.
Sure.
But we don't have Orrin Hatch anymore. We don't have the power.
Orrin Hatch didn't write Deshay.
No, but he was a high power senator.
Sure.
And he's no longer with us. In my mind, anything that happens since then and now, it is very clear that the pharmaceutical industry has grabbed a lot of influential power.
We're not
far more than
gaining any
we.
ground on anything.
And that's my argument is they have so much power. That would be a doorway for them to smash us.
It is my desire to use this attempt in doing Deshay 2.0 to draw like the final line in the sand.
Well, no, because
You're gonna
everything
be
is
like,
a work in
I
progress.
understand, Joey. But
Just to draw this line
I
and be
understand.
like, you guys stay on this side. You can use our side, our beautiful natural products and ingredients for drug discovery and good leads, but it is only when you take your mortal human man hand and apply something to it that either increases its absorption, duration, whatever, something that you can make it patentable. But if it's in the natural world, beyond whether it is animal, vegetable, or mineral, but also microbial and fungal and everything else that we didn't mention the first time, if it is in the natural world, it is ours.
I don't disagree with you.
Except for obvious weird shit like toxins and poisons and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And that shouldn't
I
pass
mean,
the test anyway. Right.
So what you're saying,
Everything within proper moderation. And maybe we should carve that out. to
I
where it's
think we all
specific
agree
like
on that, but you're saying that there's no point in trying, kind of like it's futile.
If you want to step in the ring with Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan at the same time, you're gonna lose. They're gonna push you back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even open that door. I agree with you. I'm just saying that you're gonna lose ground 100%.
But I think at the same time, taking that
Can you
kind of
elaborate on that a little bit more? So let's say we do all this guerrilla marketing. We create this grassroots sort of campaign where we get lots of people trying to get involved and get engaged. And then guys like Joey, along with MPA and all these other people, they go and start trying to pay lawyers to write new laws.
or, at least further clarify the laws do exist.
You're saying this is a bad
So,
idea?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
this is delusional.
Okay.
delusional.
Elaborate.
You know what's
elaborate. Okay,
delusional?
yeah.
The fact that every time a common layperson talks about dietary supplements on the internet, they say they're not regulated.
I agree.
That's fucking delusional.
And we have the 4 pillars of regulation. That is wrong. So that's a doorway for
But
them to try to smash
My
us even
point
harder.
is,
Yeah.
maybe they should smash us a little bit harder with enforcement.
Look, I
That's
almost
fine.
kind of
But
agree with
to
you, Mike.
clarify what enforcement needs to be and where those lines are, and not these ambiguous things where Howard Miller with Adventure Z could get in some weird little tit for tat battle talking about how a 6% synephrine standardization should be the only thing that's legal whenever they were just trying to stop him from selling fully racemic synthetic synephrine. Like, there needs to be some reasonable common sense kind of legislation.
If you invite legislation, you're inviting a bunch of congressmen who are heavily lobbied by Pfizer et al. And I don't see that ending well. I think people have to agree with me to a point where, like,
I see what you mean.
We have no
You're-
power.
You're opening a door
Yes.
that you can't
You're-
close.
All right, so
You're
it's,
opening. You like what's that? Mr. Wonderful in the Shark Tank. He's like, you are a maggot or whatever. He smashed you on the ground. Whatever
Yeah.
he says, like that's what we are. I don't think that we want to open that door.
I think a good enough idea can overcome that.
Well, no. I have.
And,
I kind of
and maybe I'm like
I think-
idealistic and fucked in that kind of
Yes,
sense.
I think you're delusional.
But
I
at
love
the
you,
same
Joe. You
time,
know I
like,
love you.
I think if we can unite our people and have something where, in a nice and public way, we do say yes, indeed, we are in fact regulated. And in case you've forgotten, we were regulated
But
before.
let's just look
and taking
historically.
steps to do the right
Joey,
thing.
let's just look
And
historically.
I'm sorry if I'm a fucking citizen of the United States who assumes that their government is going to do the right fucking thing, but I thought this was America.
Well, that's where you fucked up. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
Is when they make more laws, they don't create more freedoms for us.
But
Generally
they can.
Generally, new laws.
No, they can't. They
I mean-
literally cannot. They will be taken to the woodshed if they try to do that.
But there's so many things in dietary supplements right now. If I were a real asshole at the FDA, you can't have probiotics. It's not in Deshay.
Then we got to go to court, and I think I see the court system helping us more than anything. Until then, I think we got to just keep on keeping on. Like, I
But
think
we need to have a
So
contingency.
what does that
we
mean
need
though?
laws.
What do we do? We
Part of this
self-police?
is we have a
We self-regulate?
contingency plan in place, like some sort of Deshay 2.0, before we get stomped on even more.
I think what we do is
And we are getting stomped on, and we
we-
need to do something.
we sue on NMN is my like this is where the money needs to be spent,
Yeah.
and
For sure.
we make it known that we have to fight every single little thing that they try to
Set
do.
precedents, get organized, and then keep on coming back.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and then if you get beat in courts, then it's time to possibly start resetting, or then we go to other options and stuff. But like if we lose NMN, we could lose a lot of other stuff, and then
I see what you mean.
then we
It's
have
a
some
very
issues.
slippery slope.
I think from what who knows, because anything can be compromised. From the way the laws look, I truly do in my heart believe that a good judge
But
would
isn't
agree
this
with
in a
NMN.
weird way like an exploitation of the weaknesses of the law, especially with the drug preclusion and this whole NMN thing? Like this is a chink in the armor of Deshay.
There's things that are not clear because things have changed since 1994.
There's
I
a
don't-
lot
I
that's
agree.
changed since 1994.
Okay, but if you try to get them clarified, you're going to lose ground. You're wrestling with a sumo wrestler who's just too big for you. Like you're going to get pushed out of the ring. That's why I don't like this. Like
Don't have enough money,
discussion.
don't have enough influence to not have enough organization.
if Pfizer is like, oh yeah, I can get vitamin D all of myself or whatever it is. Bad
Sure,
example, or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, they're going to jump on that, So I don't think we
You don't want to poke the bear.
don't want exactly.
You don't want to poke the pharma bear.
Correct.
That's what this is doing, though.
But it's not necessarily poking the government bear. Poking the government bear, if it wasn't influenced by pharma, might actually do the right thing.
No, I don't believe that.
I am reluctant to as well.
Yeah. So
It's all about money when it comes down to it. No, we know this. So at the end of the day, you're not going to beat them. They have more money, and they have more money to win and more money to lose.
yeah, there's just so much stuff going on. Like it'll be hard enough to pass this HSA, FSA bill or whatever.
I think
And-
that would be great.
Yeah, but it's going to get attached to some other nonsense that I might not want to support, and that's just
Yeah,
like,
I hate that how they bundle shit together.
Why can't we just vote on one thing at a time?
Right.
Like,
Sometimes
Rand
the only
Paul,
way
that's
you
a whole
can
nother thing.
get funded is through an omnibus
Yeah.
bill.
All right, well,
So-
I think we're coming up. We need to
yeah, it's time to kick me off.
bring Zach on
All right,
here a little
man.
bit.
Thanks, gentlemen.
I don't want to kick you off.
Mike Roberto, thank
Guys,
you for coming on.
I appreciate you so much.
Is
though.
there any last things you want to say?
Go to priceplow.com for more.
No, not just like that, but like in closing of your argument. And
No,
such.
I think I've made my argument. And everything. I just want
Yeah.
to say I appreciate you guys, and we got to continue doing fun
But
stuff.
my
Oh, for
ideas
sure,
are fairly
dude.
legit, are they not?
Was that?
My ideas are fairly legit if they would
Oh, mine.
listen.
I believe that the more I look into, I wish I was a biochemist. Okay, if
Yeah.
I could do it all again, I wouldn't be doing engineering down the street. I'd be a biochem. But I believe that the NAD pathway is so important because for liver detoxification. I've been going down this rabbit hole of like
It's one of many
liver health.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yes.
it's mitochondrial in its role. Like,
yes.
it affects everything.
And when I see them coming after, NMN, I see this other BS study about niacinamide getting the metabolites.
yeah.
They're coming after NAD precursors, and that is something to just watch out for.
Yeah.
I don't want to like get conspiratorial on your thing.
No, I'm totally
And
with
then
you.
they
Clearly
try to take
they're
out
in the-
NAC.
Yeah.
I see a lot of liver supportive ingredients getting attacked, and that makes me very leery. And we need to
Right.
fight all of them. And NPA is the one doing it. So like that's like the NAD. I am all about niacin flush right now. I like NMN, but right now I'm just taking 100 milligrams of nicotinic acid, and usually don't flush.
Need to work them numbers up.
I know Blair was telling me. So anyway, yeah. If anyone doesn't want to do niacin, do NMN. But like, I do believe, like I don't take a ton of supplements anymore. I do take NAD precursors for sure.
I bet your blood work looks great.
I will be sharing that soon.
Okay.
So
Oh.
we don't need to get into it, but
Okay.
yeah, things
You'll
for
do-
being 42. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with things.
You're gonna do this on another podcast with a piece of content. You're gonna
Yeah, I
show
was
it?
gonna make a big Twitter thread, but yeah, like I should
Cool.
because I have a theory about how I can get my free testosterone up. I have the
Oh, really?
so I have the pattern of good total testosterone, but high sex hormone binding globulin and low free testosterone, which is generally why I don't put on a ton of muscle and everything. But I feel great and everything. I'm gonna see if the only people that really fix this problem go on TRT or maybe enclomiphene. So
Sure.
I'm gonna give myself 5 years before I consider doing that. Even then, I probably might.
I got something for you.
Oh,
I
see,
can mail you.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
GG Gold.
No. Something that is something I can't say on here.
Okay,
But
we'll take it offline.
I was about to do a structure function claim, but I'm not going to do it.
Awesome. Oh yeah, let's get Zach in here. So guys, thanks again.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. We'll do it. Hey, we'll have you come down sometime.
For sure.
Mike, get out of here. Give me that mic.
All right, you got these nice hot
Give me.
headphones. Let me.
Yeah, did you keep that seat warm for me? Good to go.
That's fun.
Thanks.
Enjoy, man.
All right, we got. Well, let me get his headphones on. We've got CEO of Get Fucked.
I do not know you. I am Joey, but I've heard much about you.
Yeah, hopefully all good things.
You have a product line called Get Fucked.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
That's.
I
it.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people work out?
Get fucked, man.
There you go. If it's not about their own personal health and wellness journey, they're in it to get fucked.
Exactly.
How did this come about?
So
And how's it going?
really good. Really fucking good.
Yeah.
Not getting
yeah.
fucked?
No.
But
No.
kind of.
But everyone else
you
is
know.
getting fucked
Oh, great. Okay.
in a good way.
All right. As long as you're fucking them good.
Yeah, real good.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's we've been at this for 4 years now.
4
It's,
years.
4 years. Started the first 2 years we're just having fun with it, and then got connected with TK, and ever since then, man, it's we started to blow
Got
up.
fucked pretty good, huh?
Yeah, TK got fucked. I got fucked. Now you're getting fucked. Are you guys bleeping this out? Is it?
No, we're not at all. Everyone's getting fucked.
We're letting it ride. So where do you come up with this idea? First of all, you're kind of a young cat, right?
28,
You're 28. Where are you from?
Pittsburgh.
Okay. You have like a quasi-Canadian accent to me.
No, that's just Midwestern
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
it's just Pittsburgh.
That's Eastern PA. No,
Hey.
Western PA.
The way the
Yeah.
get fucked got just rolled off there, it was just way smooth.
I said it probably 10,000 times today.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You can get fucked.
So
Your
was
mom can
today,
get
was
fucked.
today
Bring her
your
over.
first Arnold Expo of like
It's the first time.
of actually
What
presenting
do you
your
think
product?
of this? This is like I call this the Super Bowl of sports nutrition.
It's wild. So I'm at a point right now where I don't know if I need more caffeine or less caffeine.
Probably less. but
Probably took 1.5 grams, 2 grams.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know they say don't take your own supply, but we took a lot of it today.
You were fucking yourself, huh?
That's right.
Oh.
Your product sells itself.
It does.
How many different products do you have right now in the Get Fucked line?
We have 4 SKUs. So we have our Get Fucked, which is our high stem, and then we
Okay.
have Get Pumped, which is our low stem.
Okay.
Each have 2 flavors.
Okay. So Get Fucked, Get Pumped, but the stack is Get Fucking Pumped.
Get fucking pumped.
Oh my God.
Or if you want, you can get fucked twice.
Or you can get pumped as many times as you want.
Amen.
I
Okay.
love it, dude. I think it's kind of brilliant. Do you have any hard time selling into stores with that naming
Not at all.
convention?
Not at all.
I
he's
actually-
in there with against other products that are like cocaine and meth. And are they really cocaine and meth? No, but they're called cocaine and meth.
It's-
I'd rather get fucked than either one of those.
I thought we were going to get a lot more kickback. And
Really?
honestly, everyone, they love the name. Everyone gets a good little chuckle. You know, you say, hey, we got this high stem pre-workout. It's called Get Fucked.
How much caffeine's in Get Fucked?
350 milligrams.
That's not even that much.
It's
You broke it down on the
Wait, I did their pumped, didn't I?
Oh, maybe you
Or
did.
no, I did the pre-workout. You have the high theanine.
yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Why so high?
We went with a 1-to-1 ratio. We did a couple tests in R&D, and a lot of people like the 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay, because we were talking about this in the review. I was like, I mean, you take this, are you going to get fucked? Yeah, but it's going to be more like a smooth kind of fuck. Like a fuck
but
that
he
you'll
went out
actually
and
enjoy.
He market tested it.
So
And
we
he-
wanted
and he
to
used the
save room
feedback.
for Get Fucked Raw, which is
Oh, what? That's a great
yeah,
name.
the extreme high stem pre.
Oh my God, the Cadillac of getting fucked. Get fucked in a Cadillac. Raw.
When's this?
It's it may be coming soon.
This is too much. This is too
Oh,
much.
this is terrible.
How soon?
We'll see.
Couple minutes?
Yeah, well, 2.5 minutes.
But in all seriousness, man, I'm just tickled to see it like grow from this idea you had a year ago. We were talking down the street at this place, and you were kind of talking about you wanted to come and activate here, and you had the original version, and I don't know how it did. It had a different look. We helped change the look up a little bit, and it seems like you've picked up momentum, sales.
Yeah.
You got a whole team now.
Yeah.
In 4 years, you've gone from starting up to being at the Stack 3D Pavilion at the Arnold Sports Festival.
Yeah.
Talking to fucking two awesome guys.
Yeah. It's not a bad way to live.
No,
You're
not bad at all.
28, bro.
Well, one thing
God.
that I've always kind of admired about Zach is he does this completely on his own. It's self-funded. You had a full-time job. Are you full-time now doing this?
I still have a job too. I work and do this. So I work like 80 hours a week.
What do
man.
you do for a job?
So you guys are going to laugh at this one. You ready?
What?
Plumbing sales.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He's laying piping,
I'm
getting
laying-
fucked.
It's
Oh
perfect.
my God.
It's perfect. But it's nice. I have a
Please
great
write-
team now. So
Please, our conversation here tonight. Can you make all of your content on your website like this?
yeah.
It already is.
It already
It
is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He
All right.
he leans into it.
Oh, you got to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if
That's what I love about it.
if you don't lean into it, are you really getting fucked?
No. But I think it goes with like your personality too, like because you really are out here basically every weekend doing pop-ups, sampling.
Oh yeah.
He goes to every single store and does his sales. I mean, you have a sales team now a little bit, but like you did all your original sales by yourself. I mean, like when you think of like a grassroots brand startup where it's one dude chasing a dream, you're doing it. A lot of people don't go to stores anymore.
I like to have that relationship with every single store I'm in.
A lot of people-
every
You have
store.
to.
I could call them up right now.
A lot
and
of
have a
people think that you
conversation
just
with
do
them.
everything on social media or you call them or something like that or through distribution. Zach Zimmerly's doing it the old school way.
It still can work though.
Well, it's working for him.
So you're from
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Are you still based in Pittsburgh or are you in Ohio?
Still based in Pittsburgh.
Still based in Pittsburgh. Are you at Natural Body?
Oh yeah.
All right, fucking yeah, then you're already doing really good then. Dude.
Yeah, you got to admire Zach Zimmerly and his get fucked.
Well,
That's right.
the other thing is like if you're at events like this, you're gonna meet a lot of people who are potential new customers or will hook you up with new customers, like all this stuff. The more you're like involved with all the different people in this industry, the easier things are gonna become.
So I'm one of the different ones. A lot of guys I've been talking to, they've worked in the industry. They're from the industry.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little different where I've been so I used to be 120 pounds, graduated high school,
Yeah.
going through some rough times and started bodybuilding. Started really getting into it. I saw how it changed my life.
How much do you weigh now?
218.
Yeah, so 100
Yeah.
pound gain.
Yeah.
You're a brick shit.
It only
house
took
now.
you 10 years. 100 pounds in 10 years. Eduardo, you gonna gain 100 pounds in 10 years?
He could never.
Nah, maybe
Trend.
not.
Trend.
But you're solid, man.
Appreciate that.
So you got really into it, the lifting game, and you just decided I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Started getting a real big interest in the supplements. Started watching guys like Ben, just taking off, Brett Westover, guys like that, really
Yeah.
getting into it. Met a guy who, it's a long story, but helped us start manufacturing supplements. We started small. We went through like 4 different manufacturers,
Yeah.
and we got fucked
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah.
I told you the story, man.
Yeah.
I got about $60,000 of product sitting in our warehouse right now that I won't fucking sell.
Because it's fucked.
It's fucked. It's we had some issues with it. I pulled it off the shelves and I wasn't going to sell it.
But you've cleaned up your manufacturing
Yeah.
since. You got a product that you're proud of,
Yeah.
which tastes great, by the way.
What are your flavors?
Cherry taffy,
Okay.
electric blackberry lime.
the
And
blackberry
both?
lime.
Okay.
The blackberry lime's really good.
So you can get you fucking pumped in the same flavor.
That's right. And if you're feeling real fucking ambitious, you can stack them.
Cherry, taffy, blackberry, lemonade.
That's right.
Fuck. It's a mixed berry lemonade with taffy on it.
It tastes like bubble gum.
Yeah.
It's weird.
In a weird way.
It's weird.
Like some exotic bubble gum, probably.
Not
It's
bad,
got that
though.
lemon tint
Not
to
bad.
it.
I've used both of your products personally, and I liked them both.
So we just did a sample run for some new flavors.
Yeah.
We got green apple, strawberry mango, and grape. And
Strawberry mango's a banger.
that and grape.
Yeah.
So we'll probably end up going with one of those. What we're going to focus on, we found our niche. It's the pre-workout. We have 2 solid formulas.
Yeah.
So now we're going to expand the flavors. I don't want to get into protein, creatine, anything like that. We're winning
Just
with
keep
what we
fucking
have.
people and keep fucking
Yeah,
them
that's
good.
right.
It's a solid plan, man. A lot of people try and like way over diversify. And sometimes you just win where you can, keep on leaning into it.
Just got to know what you're good at.
Yeah, for sure.
And if it's
Getting
pumping
fucked.
and fucking,
Yeah.
then
Where-
that's what you got to do.
Zach, where can we find you?
You can find me best place is zymfitusa.com. We're in about 50 wholesale stores and growing. If we're not in your if we're not in your supplement store, tell them you want to get fucked.
I want to get fucked. You
Yeah.
need to go to zymfit.com and find out
do
how.
they reach out to your website if they want to carry you?
Yeah,
or-
reach out. You can DM me. We're growing on social media. My personal Zymfit CEO, and then our page is Zymfit USA.
Right on. Zach, dude, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Guys,
and
it's an honor to be on this podcast.
Yeah, man.
I feel like we just got fucked real good.
We did.
Right.
Thanks for coming on.
I appreciate you guys.
Let's see if Austin wants to come and talk. What's up? We got Ben or Austin or who? Okay. Next up's Ben Kane. I don't even know what we're going to talk to Ben about.
Just making sure that wasn't mine.
It's been quite a carousel.
Oh, it's quite a carousel.
An hour? Okay.
Well, everybody, one of our favorite guests that we've had where we shot more fucking ammo than we should have.
He's wearing his camos.
Benjamin Kane.
You're the first person to make fun of me or to bring them up. I was like,
They are cargo camos.
I was going for something a little different. I normally go like business,
Yeah.
casual, and I was like, you know what? Fuck
That's
it.
all the rage.
How
in
many
Europe.
pants did you try on
A couple. I had to get it's weird.
before you put them in your suitcase?
These
and
are the
stuff?
chosen pants?
I really wanted to wear cowboy boots too.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
too much walking.
It is.
Yeah.
I really wanted to.
I
Like,
wore my cowboy boots to the Sports and Active Nutrition Conference.
Are you about to tell me that you're mad at me for not going?
No, I'm totally fine. I had a good time anyway. But when I was on
I missed you. I hope you know I did not want to be there.
when I was on the innovation panel, full cowboy getup.
I was supposed to be on that
I
with
had
you.
a bolo tie.
That's so cool. How are you guys?
We're having a good
Pretty
time.
tired.
Yeah. Hey, BPI just walked through and they just joined the NPA. I told them they should come sit
Get
with you guys.
out.
Oh, really?
You want the CEO of BPI to come over and sit on this?
Chris?
Well, he emailed me a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's here.
He said he was interested in being on the podcast as like.
Did you get a Phenibut
guest.
yet?
What's up?
Did you get a Phenibut
Yeah,
yet?
yeah.
All right, just making sure.
I'm all sorts of compounds in.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
that's what happens to Arnold.
I mean, no. I don't know, better or worse than I was on your episode.
Hey, we
Only
haven't
at a
really-
festival like this do you have the chance to adjust a compound that your body's probably never fucking seen before.
I mean, I take a lot of mystery pills from you.
And
Not
that's
so
usually
much
the
no.
case.
maybe here, more at like Supply Side West.
Yeah,
Oh, for
supply
sure.
side more so.
So okay, we haven't really even talked about really the Arnold yet. So, what has the Arnold been like this year for you? Because I've noticed it's a lot more popping than it was previous 2 years.
Did you? Well,
I've
I
seen it
think
more
it's the
pop.
same as last year. 2 years ago was Cody's first year, and I had to apologize to him. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, dude, I'm sorry. Like, this is not what it's supposed to be like. It
Yeah.
sucked 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year was a great year. Last year it was like we're back. You
Yeah.
know. This year I'd say is about the same as last year, which is not a bad thing.
No.
What's some take homes so far?
When are you going to post this?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to do a top.
Probably Tuesday.
Okay. Whatever. My content will still work.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a top 3 things about the Arnold.
Okay.
Number one was I saw ingredient companies trying here,
Oh, that's true.
which like I commend. But I feel, and I've also gotten feedback from the brands that it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Consumers come up, they're like, I've taken this pre-workout. I really like this pre-workout. And they're like, oh, that's cool. It contains this thing that we like. And the consumer's like, this isn't the brand. And they're like, no, like, oh, sorry. And like leave. And
Right.
they don't care. it's too many degrees of separation away.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. I love the companies that are here.
Well, like
but
they don't really need to do a booth per se, but they could still be here and interact with their clients.
I do think that the booth thing works if you are consciously prepared for it.
Well, like let's say, who is it? New Live Sciences does a
Yeah.
really good job of interacting with consumer, with brand, and telling the ingredient story, kind of from start to beginning. From
I think New Live is one of the people that does it better.
They're doing it aggressively.
Yeah,
Let's say that.
they're conscious about it. Is that something I would say?
Right.
Yes.
They are actively investing in it.
But I don't think they currently do it best. But I think like over the years of ingredients, the people who have done it the best cumulatively is Compound Solutions.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, they do a good job.
I make this joke a lot. Mike gets tired of it, but like there was a point in time where people were telling me they wanted T-Cream in their pre-workouts. That was something they wanted.
Mhm.
They didn't even know what it was, but they knew they wanted that.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to Carnison.
Yeah.
Like,
Compound does a really good job of branding their stuff.
yes, for sure.
Like their logos are good, their naming conventions are good.
Yes.
Their
It's a
their
well-curated
marketing materials
catalog.
are good. Yeah, their
the words sound good. The names, they're
Yeah.
right. Like it, we have a propensity to like make really awkward names or weird names or hard to explain names or hard to pronounce names.
Yeah,
Um,
like in pharma,
yeah.
Latuga. What the fuck is that?
Dynamine. Great.
Yeah,
Pico 2. Easy. You know?
yeah, for sure.
Cool stuff.
What? Well, so
So
I don't want to kill your content because you're probably.
I
Gonna
don't
put it-
care. It's fine.
What are some other?
The other
take-homes?
two, number two is that number two, I want to talk about the shift in focus and how you leverage a show, right? I would say 2018, 2017, people would sell a ton of stuff here.
And
Yeah.
now it's like Halloween for bodybuilders.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say that the thing is, there was a few
Trick
years.
or treat, give me some free shit.
There were a few years. I remember my first year going to the Europa. It was just, I went home with like a 45-pound bag.
Yeah.
And it was just samples, but there was no value. There was a little bit where there was no value in shows,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And now the best shows here, Jocko has Jocko. They're gonna have Bo Nickel tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking cool,
Jocko's a pole.
dude. Hull,
Yeah.
Raw, C-Bum. They have a various other great. Hostile has freaking
Doing a great job.
just insane. Sam Sulik, Ben Chow, all the people.
One thing that I noticed about all these guys you're saying is they are actively creating content on platforms, though.
They are.
It's not like
Yes.
C-Bum just wins and then
No, it's
He-
not about a bodybuilder anymore.
Yeah,
It's about a personality.
Yes.
It's about relation to that. It's,
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to be an influencer brand to leverage this show anymore, but it damn
Certainly
fucking
helps.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk with Jocko, not to like discount anything, but they call it the cheat code. Jocko's a cheat code. You
Mhm.
know, it's not that they don't do things right; they do things very right.
Yeah,
But they've got a supercharger.
for sure.
You know,
Yeah. I was talking to Brian today. He's like, man, he's just been an animal. He's like
Yeah.
been on it for like 6 hours. We had to pull him off for an hour. And he wanted to get back in the line.
he's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine greeting people for 8 hours straight?
There's a lot of people in that line
Yeah.
that want to just
And Jocko's not a young
gush to
guy.
you.
I mean,
killing it,
yeah,
killing
that's
it.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And number
great
3
person.
is once again, you can get more business done at this bar than you can in the
Oh,
Expo.
hell yeah. That's always been
Well,
true.
2 years ago, this bar was empty.
Yeah,
Empty.
yeah.
I sat at a table with no one here.
Yep.
Like, hard to believe.
during COVID.
2020. This is 2024. It was 2022. It was dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dead.
I think it
Super
was
dead.
just me and like Austin Halsey here, sitting here at this exact spot. That's where I curated this idea.
Last year, you and I had a great time over there.
Yeah.
With the NutriSky guys. We had a
Oh,
great
yeah.
time. That was fun.
Oh yeah, those are
Um,
great dudes. The
yeah.
bar is behind us, by the way, so there's still like 200 people over there just getting crunk.
Yeah, one thing I would say is this is less. It is less busy than other years for sure. You're right. It's been busier before because what will happen is, like, I have a picture. I'm at Furious Pete with Mike before I worked at Price Flow over at that table, and like that bar all the way to that door was full.
Yes.
Like,
people.
full of people.
Yeah. Well, I remember coming here with Cellucor back in like, I don't know, 2012 or something like
You
that.
guys would roll deep.
Dude, we
Whole
would take
team.
up this whole portion here was just like our whole
Yeah.
team
Yeah,
just drinking.
yeah,
And we were pre-gaming. We went to other places after that.
yeah.
And then came back.
I miss this stuff, man.
Yeah.
I
But
enjoy it.
for people that are like trying to get involved in the industry, if you're just like a fan or whatever, like show up to here.
Yeah.
This is the place where you network at.
Yeah, the Discord. So we had a lot of discussion about this in Discord, and we had people like, "Can we do a Price Bomb meetup at the Hyatt bar?" And I was like, "Guys, for the record, like this is where business occurs. So
Yeah.
like, if you guys all start showing up and talking to me while I'm in a meeting, it's going to be very inconvenient.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, come here to be part of the industry.
Yeah.
Don't come here to seek out
Fanboy.
a certain person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. You
This
will
isn't a booth.
see. I mean, the hotel that goes to the Hyatt above us, where everyone is staying,
Mhm.
it is in this lobby. So you will see. I met Bumstead for the first time here.
Yeah.
In this hallway. Like,
Right.
people are coming here to go upstairs if they're not at an Airbnb. So like, don't come to fanboy, but come to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, like most people are not going to complain about an organic conversation. We've had a lot of them.
Well, I think this happened naturally, and I think as long as you're not an awkward weirdo, it'll
sure.
happen.
Yeah.
Buy someone a drink.
The
Make a-
unfortunate part is we're
make a
posting
friend.
this on the internet. There's a lot of weirdos on the internet.
Well, come on, it's supplement industry. We're all weirdos. Let's just be honest.
That's
Love
true.
it. Love
Yeah.
it. So what's the topic? What can we talk about?
There is none. We're just talking shit. Who's losing?
Who's losing the Arnold this year?
He's like, I don't want to say.
I don't want. I'm trying so hard to be like TK and I exchanged advice after I came out in Houston.
Yeah.
I gave you guys some advice and you gave me some advice. And I'm trying to take the advice about my personal brand.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the losers on podcasts
Yeah.
anymore.
Just it's better to be friends with everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying it.
Well, I noticed Ryan Fitbutters, Ryan Buckeye. I mean, like
I
he's
spent
already,
like an hour at his booth.
he's already almost sold out all of his stuff in day one. He's like, man, I should have brought more.
Yeah,
And I'm just
That's a
like,
good problem to have.
dude, that's awesome.
that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing to do.
This
To have.
peanut butter's really good. It's really good. Yeah.
It's nut butter because there's other.
Well, yeah, it's not just peanuts.
Yeah,
So if you have an allergy at home, have some fucking cashews.
yeah.
You can drink or get fucked with your nut butter.
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
We don't know.
Probably doing some of this in the evening and meetings and other.
We have
weird
all this
stuff.
gear, so if you guys want to do something.
I put you on the calendar for something. I don't know if you guys want to help us out with it, but
I have a lunch.
we'll
during
move
the
it
time.
accordingly.
Yeah,
But
anytime before or after, I'm okay.
okay,
I'm open for that.
okay.
Why?
I-
Do you want to ask me questions right now?
No, this is your podcast. Just curious what we're doing tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But I want to have you guys post your thing on Tuesday, or you did the episode for Savage News Show last week.
Yes.
100. You guys do your thing.
What'd you
That's
think
already
about
out
that?
there.
What'd you think?
I
about
haven't gotten through it yet. And to be honest with you, once we started talking about the possibility of doing the episode,
Yeah.
like I very much don't like. I like to go in fresh. I don't want to know.
Okay.
If
What
we
do
don't
you-
do it
what-
tomorrow, I will watch it.
What's your take on Joey kind of like branching out and doing like consultation on his own? Do you see that as like a threat because you guys do that in a way?
No.
Is that competition?
People that want us don't want Joey. People who want Joey don't want us. Or
I
they want to put it together. Like, it is different.
I agree completely.
It is completely different. What we do is completely different.
Yeah.
There was a point where I was like, man, if I'm going to keep consulting, I need to be as smart as Joey.
Yeah.
And I thought like that way. And I was like, I realized that our offering, like what you get from me is a lot different than what you get from Joey. Like
Yeah.
that's, and people
I
should know
agree
that.
entirely, and I think y'all could work together. Honestly,
And like,
I think we do. Like,
y'all do. You already
yeah,
do.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That
I don't want to just fucking make pre-workouts all the fucking time. They're like, I do have other ambitions, like some bigger, like long-term ambitions that I'm kind of working with some fun, like scientists on.
Yeah. I would love now that you're not, now that you are not only at one place, I would love for you to periodically come to me with ideas that you're willing to share that you're working on and see if we have synergies that I could help you out with. Like that's a big thing that I would like, because we're involved in a lot of stuff now and I love the stuff that you do. And sometimes like people launch things and I'm like, man, I would have like supercharged that for you with this thing.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes. But outside of that, like I'm fascinated by the thought of it. You already kind of did some consulting on the side, correct? Like I was always under the impression that that wasn't a thing you didn't do.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm just not I've not been as forward with it.
Yeah,
let's just say.
For sure. I understand, because for a long time I was very secretive about it, because
But
not
now,
imposter, but you think there's going to be this shame about it. There really isn't.
You're also concerned about who you're going to piss off.
Yes,
well,
precisely.
Yeah.
also, at the same time, you don't want to talk about it too much in advance because of all the people that you may in fact inspire.
Yes.
Because that's going to happen. And if you do some wacky far out shit, as soon as it's done one time, it's going to pop up in like 4 or
Yeah.
5 different other brands.
I would say I have 2 thoughts on. There's always so much to watch at the Arnold. I have 2 big thoughts about Joey going to Savage Nutra. The one thing is, which one should I do first? I think one is a shorter conversation. The one thing is that you know this. You need to be selective with your crazy ideas on who gets them and what they get to do with them.
And where they're placed.
There's almost a licensing aspect to it. We
The
were
Joey signature.
yeah, like for instance, like we do a little bit of fun work with the Innovation Lab Master Foods. They
Yeah.
make foods, right? And like we help them make some cool concepts. And like one of the things that we do is like if we bring them a concept and a brand uses it, like that gets licensed to them, right? And like because it was our idea. Yeah, I think that that's fair because if you have some very unique ideas, unique entrances to markets, and I think that who you bring that to, the people are going to hate if I mean, I don't know. My people might hate that I say this. Your people might understand it better. But like the thing is, you go in, you get paid for a couple hours of work, and then they go and make millions of dollars.
So there's a mechanism for that where things balance out.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And every consultant needs to figure that out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think you uniquely create things that are unique to Joey that else, like if it goes to the right or the wrong place, could make or break how that works, how well it does. We've brought great ideas to places that flopped.
Yeah.
Right? We've gone to great places that have capabilities and not really had the spark for them because transparently they were looking for someone like Joey. Like
So
off the bat,
it has like a tremendous potential. It's always up to them to sort of capitalize on their opportunity.
But
yeah.
Well, people are like
We do
pre-workout.
we do that.
You
in
understand
reverse.
this?
Yeah, a similar
You view
way.
this crazy artwork idea, you view crazy application. I mean, we talked about this on the Master Food Labs podcast. If he makes the world's coolest food, but gives it to the wrong brand because he only gives it to one brand.
I know like a couple brands that I've done that I'm like, man, I wish I maybe have had that idea go to somebody who had a little bit more distribution potential.
Yeah.
Because now it's like their thing and it's their brand, and I'm like, well, man, I wish I would have kept that one in my back pocket.
My other thought on Joey as a consultant, I want to have this conversation. And I don't want you to take what I'm about to say personally.
Take it personally.
I would need to say this on the record. I fucking love you. You are very cool and amazing. But I think that Joey needs the TK. Like, I think you are violent. You are so much. You are so much. Like, you
He's
need
extra.
a marketer to, like, you're like Cyclops, and TK's the fucking glasses that control that output. You know what I mean? Like I think that Glaxon is an attempt at doing that, but I think, I don't want to piss off anyone. I think there are way better situations where you get even more honed into a perfect laser beam.
So that all depends on the opportunities.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, sometimes you just want to take the fucking glasses off.
Well, you do. You do. This is what I love
Absolutely.
about Joey. I've always said this about you. You take your ideas and you take them to outer worlds.
Yes.
You take them to places unknown, and I will catch them and say, well, let's bring it back over here so we can hopefully make enough money to keep on doing it.
Sure, yeah.
That, or it just goes off in the abyss, or you just have a tendency to kick a dead horse. You really like to really lean into some things. Where
Sometimes though, my horse kicking does pay off.
Well, that's why we work, I think, because I let you do it a little bit.
Nope.
I
Just gotta
appease
figure
your
this out
idea,
a little
but
My
more.
thing is,
Yeah.
I would love I keep thinking,
one of my dead horses that I get to thank you for is the Keto Mafia.
oh yeah,
That is a dead horse that I would not give up on and wanted to beat it.
and you won
had I given
pre-workout
up,
of the year.
had I given up, we would not be here having
Yeah.
this exact conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though they claim there's no mafia,
Well, I mean, it was just the perspective at the
it was
time.
perspective. We
Yeah.
had a call about this last week, and I was like, everyone thinks that like there's a mafia. Like, you need to let us tell this story. Like, this
There are already legends about you, and you don't know.
is, yeah. So
Joey just making shit up.
the thing is, like, Glaxon was really cool because it was brick and mortar, and it was in the trenches. It was, like, And I think you do that really well, like that guerrilla marketing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to plug you back in at a Nutribullet scale.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you knew then what you know now,
Oh, for sure.
right?
I agree.
Like, that's what I want to see. I want, like, I know that you can create things that like might not be profitable and like whatever, like people enjoy it, whatever. I want to see you make something that goes into Walmart and sells fucking millions.
It might change the world.
Sure.
But
You know?
for good, for something awesomely innovative.
Yes, and because I think that
Like Flight.
Yeah, maybe.
yes,
Like you could,
On the grand scheme of things, like what I'm planning to do, and like I mean, it's the paradox of like anyone who is an artist. You look back on everything in your past, and it
you
sucks.
fucking hate it.
Fucking hate it,
Yeah.
and it's garbage. And you're like, oh, that's don't pay attention to what I did yesterday because what I'm about to do tomorrow is going to be so much better.
the thing is, at the end of the day, like you really want to solve a bunch of problems that no marketer cares about.
Most people don't care
Yeah.
about
That
But
or they,
most
they
people
don't
don't know
understand how to market
that
it.
they should care about.
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I need to find you or like out there needs to be a person who knows the formula. They know that there is a product that will sell gajillions, but they need a certain thing, and you can solve
In a
that
weird
problem.
way, it's like David Sandler's Safety Shot.
yeah,
That marketing and everything. And if you don't know, you can go to safetyshot.com and get real skeptical real fast.
but like for the record, like that's a great example because that is something that hasn't been done before, and that's a problem that Dave Sandler loves to solve.
Sure.
But that is like the easy dick joke for Dave Sandler. That's easy for him, right? But it's the one that's going to make a ton of money.
Absolutely.
That
Unquestionably.
and so like that's what I really want to see is you get plugged in at that scale.
I mean, for someone who's just going to market the heck out of something that has some novelty.
Yeah,
I mean, had you watched the podcast, you know that I was talking about a cat treat that makes your shit stink less.
See, that's what Ben's talking about with the Cyclops eyes.
yeah.
No, that could be the
That-
weird fucking thing that sells millions. Is a
Joey-
cat treat.
Poopery does exist.
So, okay,
No,
that's the
no,
thing.
for
That's
cats
the thing.
though.
I know.
people
I'm
who
just
have
saying as
cats and litter
an analogy.
boxes.
Poopery
Yeah.
That's
exists.
that, but this is the exact thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The difference between a cat treat that makes your shit smell like lavender and a cat food that doesn't smell. Like,
You
we'll
just
make your
gotta
litter box
change-
smell better.
Could be the same thing. You just change the words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion,
You go into anyone's house who has a cat, you can fucking smell that litter box as soon as you step in
Yeah.
the door.
yeah. But like in my opinion, like your time at Glaxon, like has been a lot of we're gonna make food that makes your shit smell like lavender versus a beautiful commercial of wouldn't it be nice if your house didn't smell and
Like
this litter
cat shit?
smelled great? Like that tone difference.
I
And,
know what you mean.
and you were some of that was on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
it was on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nothing against it.
Sometimes
it's
you
just
just
something
lean
I want to
into it.
see you do because I know what
Something
you
that's
do.
super dumbed down, but
Not dumb down.
totally is technologically
It's
neat.
nothing to do with dumbing.
We
down.
did that. Remember we did that authority report with Kenton? About
Say no.
25 people watched it.
No.
You know what I mean? No, we actually did pretty well on that. But I told this story on my podcast quite a few times. Lorenzo called me. He was like, bro, that episode was sick. That was amazing. I loved every bit of it. The only problem is no one else did.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a bunch of us loved it. But let me ask you a question. You're making the content for 25 people. Who's making the content for the million people? What do the millions need to learn? What do the millions need to consume? I think that you can uniquely attract to that. And I think that's where you make your generational wealth.
I mean, it's
Damn.
the other thing is
Like,
like
just put you on some game, Joey.
no. I mean, he's
Am I
he's
wrong,
not
though? Like,
no,
you know what I
I've been
mean?
trying to say that for years. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, he basically already did it with C4 in a way. It just you weren't the
it
ones
just
of,
didn't
you know.
pan out right.
yeah.
And that was a whole. That's
That's a
different
whole
because
other thing.
because it's a bunch of people.
Those were
made that
formative years. That was your origin
Yeah.
story.
Quite
That's
formative.
fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny thing is how many people tell me this Joey stories from back then. And I'm like, I'm friends with Joey now. You don't need to tell me this. I know
It's not
Joey.
that much different.
I've done drugs with Joey. You know what I mean? Like I know Joey. Like I've done it. You know?
I do drugs with Joey.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not
okay?
past
Stop
tense.
bragging to me that you did drugs with Joey because I do that.
It's not past tense. Since Pure Guys want to come on and chat about Sense Pure.
Sense Pure?
I don't really know anything
I
about
just
this
want
one.
you to know that I pushed for this because he's going to put you on the spot about. I promised him I would get you to taste some flavors that he made.
Does he have them?
He doesn't have him with him because you shut him down at Sands, and he feels bad about it. But he
I
really
still
wants you
am
to.
yet to receive samples.
Okay.
Well, you can ask him. What's his name?
His name's Tyrus. He's wild. He's gonna be great for you guys. Ask him about playing craps in Vegas with me. This guy is a ball of
I remember it. Supply
yes,
side.
Yes. Yes. This guy is a ball of energy. He's great time. He sells flavors. His mom is his competition in flavor sales. You can ask him about that. Yeah, his mom is a competitor in flavor sales.
In a different company?
Yes.
My God.
How fucking funny is that?
Let's get him on. Let's get on Tyrus. Ben Kane.
Thank you so much for the time,
Thanks for
guys.
coming on.
Yeah. Let's talk tomorrow. If you guys want to do anything,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure.
We're around, you know.
No, I gave you a lead in. Tyrus, do you have those flavor samples with you?
They're in my bag. I'm across the street.
Well, Joey's
I
gonna
will
taste them
give you
now.
5 minutes to get those fucking samples and come back here.
5 minutes? Come on. Let's go.
No, I'm not. Get the samples and bring them back.
get
We're
'em.
gonna
Come
film
back.
this
I
shit.
got you. That's what I'm saying. I brought him just in case.
All right. Ben Kane, you got 5 minutes. He's getting the samples and we're gonna do this.
Can we
It-
take
it-
questions from the audience or anything? What do we?
What?
Oh, I don't need water. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay.
So they have a pluot.
What?
They have a pluot flavor.
Like a plum and apricot?
It's like peanut butter and jelly mixed in the same fucking jar. And I've been living my whole life taking out the peanut butter.
Who
and
are we
putting
talking
on-
about?
Talking about plum and apricot.
Yeah, but you said they have a.
Sensapure.
Oh, yeah, Sensitive is
Sensi-
cool, man.
So they have the pluot flavor. For those of you who don't know at home, the pluot is a hybrid fruit between a plum and an
I
apricot.
thought you called it plumbercot.
Yeah, I thought it was a plumpercot.
Plumpercot, pluot, whatever.
We had these in
April
in
plums.
Houston. I ate these with you
the
guys.
jelly. Yeah, we've had it.
It's a jelly?
And we ended up making a flavor of our greens in the
Dino
pluot
fruit?
flavored. Yeah, dino fruit.
Oh, really?
And it's like called dinosaur eggs or dino
That
fruit.
was such a Rick and Morty moment.
Yeah. We're talking about fruits and all of a sudden I burp. But no, like, I'll give you some backstory. You want some backstory?
Yeah.
All right, perfectly why he's gone. Shane Howell hits me up. He's the president
Yeah, we
of
know
Sensapure. I've known Shane since long before Sensapure.
That's so funny.
I knew Shane when he was working at a manufacturer in Utah called Genesis, which changed their name like 2 times over, way before Sensapure.
Yeah.
Back when I was like just cutting my teeth formulating. And, you know, he sends me an email. He's like, hey, Shane, Sensapure. And I'm like, Shane, I already know you. What's up? How can I help you? And he's like, well, you know, we're just really excited about, you know, maybe working with you guys. We've seen if you send over base.
This is how he talks.
And I'm like, my response was, bruh, I don't send out base.
Swear to God, Tyrus drinks your shit unflavored. So he took it in the lab and had them flavor it.
God damn it, I told him not to do this.
Did you guys see the creatine content today? Creatine gummies?
No. What about them?
I have been posting on every one of them.
Oh, yes, yes. So,
I think I'm the only one who knows what the fuck is going on.
Hey, back up. Explain yourself.
so creatine gummies are huge. In the last year, the Amazon traffic on it is insane. They're
Right.
one of the top sellers on TikTok. And creatine is not super stable in water.
Yeah.
It is not, I mean,
It converts to creatinine.
So that's what the
So
content-
all right.
So
The fact of the matter is Now Foods tested these creatine gummies, right?
well, this is pretty cool. You guys will appreciate this. I was posting on LinkedIn looking for someone to test it, asking, and no one could test it. Now Foods calls and like, if we're thinking what you're thinking, if you pick the brands, we'll do the study. And so they did the whole study.
and you pick the brands.
I picked the brands because we know the industry, they know the testing.
Well, how cool.
How many of them had creatine in them?
46% of them failed testing.
46%.
Yeah, and to give you an
Significant.
idea, when Now Foods does their testing, typically they kind of go for the bottom of the bucket shit because they want to find stuff that doesn't. We did a spectrum of like big to small brands, so it's about 50%. Kind of bad. What we did too, which you'll appreciate, was
This begs
Anything-
so many questions. but
anything
go
that
ahead.
anything that failed got retested for creatinine.
Okay, it should.
Yeah.
And was it present
Oh yeah.
in high amounts?
Yeah.
Equal to the serving size of the creatine.
No.
Pretty close, though.
there's some fun with it if you play with it.
Okay.
And the other thing is it's not perfect, but there is some for some of them there's some sort of it's connected to the expiration date.
Yes.
Like the further out stuff looks better, closer expiration stuff looks worse.
Okay.
Everyone's pissed at us apparently. One of these companies came up and told us that one of the companies that failed is mad at us, and I was like,
Okay.
So is this
Calling
like
out
is
foods.
this like a that's bullshit segment almost? Like
I had a really good one for that's bullshit, but I would like to share it with Ben if that's. But no, creatine
you're
gummies.
saying creatine gummies are bullshit.
Well, Ben is saying creatine
You're saying
gummies.
40,
are bullshit.
46% of them are.
They don't meet label claim. And that's the most important thing. Joey and I talked about this in Dick's when we were at Houston getting ammo.
Yeah.
And Joey had some talk about, maybe creatinine is still useful. That's all well and fine, but the fact of the matter is that you're claiming creatine, and it's not there.
Yeah.
If the label says it, it must be present.
Yeah. So
That's not
kind of
always
cool.
true.
I want to do more of these. It's kind of fun how we can, if we see something we don't think is legit, one of our friends can make the story.
Yeah.
They publish it, so the liability's on them, but we
Interesting.
report on it.
Is this the same place that you want to give us a tour of?
No.
Now-
That's Alchemist.
Alchemist be great. Yeah, Now Food's great too. But Alchemist is very cool.
I set that up
Very cool.
already for us.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move my flight back for that. Alon, you will love Alon. Fucking awesome.
All right. I just sent you a text message. This supplement, I believe, came out today.
Oh no.
Buckle up, buddy. This is Andrew Tate's
I'm just picturing.
first ever endorsed supplement.
Didn't you do this?
Andrew Tate's? No. Did you do this?
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Keely did it.
I made it look that way. I didn't make it look that way. Forrest made it look that way.
This is your work? I showed this to you earlier.
I
You
know.
said nothing.
I know, because I thought it was funny. I thought you knew. Yeah.
You did this. Ah, okay, perfect.
That's
Ben,
a Nutrimedia label, technically.
Where
please,
is it? I can't.
But
Why
look,
am
they had sent
Fire
us a
blood.
graphic and
Yes.
said, make it look like this. It was one of those things where they just needed somebody to put it together for them.
so
I gotta be honest with you guys. Like I don't
read the
hate
read the market.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say some of the
I
things. that
can
says
hear
on
you
here.
exhaling in your disappointment.
I haven't gotten to the formula yet. This is like a lot of people like to comment this on our stuff. Like the length of time it takes to find the supplement facts panel usually is pretty
Oh, it's
indicative
very
of
telling.
what you're about to find.
It's everything that you would expect, and yes, you guys are going to be disappointed.
Buckle up, Ben. Get to the ingredients. It's
Where
toward the
is
bottom.
it? Like where the fuck is it?
It's toward the bottom. It's a red button.
Can you?
Just send you the ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, it's $60 a bottle. We have a 20-gram scoop. This product here.
This is like one of those like subscription things. Like,
Of course it is. Of course it's a
it's
subscription.
an all-in-one formula, dude.
Oh, it's all.
You
it's so
want
all
to
in
know
one.
the joke is though? That product is basically a tester for their marketplace.
I
that's not-
know too much to talk about this.
That's not the
I know-
joke though. The joke is their order to test is like 10 times more than everyone else's.
People don't understand. People, yeah.
They were like,
It
hey,
is unflavored.
they said we want to do but look at it. They have a marketing thing on there that says it's supposed to taste
They
like
are
shit.
here we
going
go.
full send.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
If you're gonna go full send, you should use bioavailable B vitamins.
Look, we know this, but does he? Probably not.
Who is he? Who did you interact
I don't
with?
know. Fucking Andrew Tate. I don't fucking know.
I can't talk about it.
All right, he can't talk about
But
it.
I'll tell you this.
Probably Andrew Tate himself.
No. I'll tell you this. Andrew Tate probably had absolutely nothing to do with that. That was brokered.
Looks broken.
He's just licensing his name, or just for lack of better.
The
phrase.
whole marketing spin is like you just drink
Oh,
this.
boy.
And it's
Can I ask you a
terrible.
question?
I was just picturing you running through the parking lot.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who, like, how does this formula end up so bad? Like, listen, I know that he exists, and I know that
Yeah.
you did this, and I know that someone put this together, and someone in that, like,
Someone is making a
Someone
royalty
decided
off
this-
of that.
someone
I
decided on
guarantee
this
it.
formula. Someone decided on this formula.
Off of
and,
fucking garbage.
Okay, here.
That person most likely follows Price Plow.
No,
And they-
no. It's none of that. It was put together by an individual who's a marketer. And that person just basically put together a formula based off of things they knew.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
they
a
knew,
fine answer.
And they knew that it would have a good price point.
Is this for me? That's a fine answer.
And they put the whole thing together.
That's a
and
fine
they
answer.
pitched it to this person, and they pitched it to this person, they pitched it to this person, and they came to us and
It's
said,
just frustrating that
Yeah.
no one was like, dude, like, let me make this better. Like, if Andrew Tate came to a manufacturer that you're at and they handed you this
Yeah.
formula, like, you would make it, fuck it, whatever.
I would
right?
be like, we got to
But you
do some
could-
work here.
Hey, let's work on this.
No, it wasn't that at all. Guys, that was made in like under like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was hey, we need this many in 2 weeks.
They're not even sweet.
Can you do it? Anyways,
Sorry.
is his name Tyrus?
Where is Tyrus?
He just ran up.
He's probably mixing them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
some water. He's probably getting some water. He came prepared. Look at him.
Dude, I love this guy. You guys are going to love him. I'm so excited that he's getting on.
Is he gonna have a little, or is it a shaker cup?
He's probably going to shake it. But I do have a sense of beer. Bzzz.
Those things are
I
kind
got
of
like
cool.
4 of those this year. All sorts of promo goods.
How many bookmarks did you get after supply side?
The NNB ones?
Dude, that was like one of
love
5
them.
different suppliers that I got those
Did
from.
you get a Rodeo Prime bookmark? Please use the Rodeo Prime bookmark. I'm so proud of it.
It is hanging in my office.
Very cool. I'm using it in my Dune book right now.
Oh, yes. All right, the new movie came out today.
I'm almost done. I want to read it and then I want to go.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Dune 2, second half, just came out in theaters.
I can't
fucking
get into
awesome.
that show. It's too weird for me.
It's weird in a weird way, but I'm like, if you stick with it, it's
Really
pretty good.
It's really good. What else?
All right, so what were we just talking about before Tyrus came back around?
Y'all were talking shit about Andrew Tate's.
Yeah, Andrew Tate's products. Like, you don't want to like speak on it?
It's
is
amino
someone
acids,
who's-
minerals, multivitamin. Like,
It's supposed to be sort of like an all-in-one.
There was a product review on there from some guy who said it's like the perfect fusion of Eastern and Western medicine. And I look at that formula, and there's not a fucking herb in it. Not one.
no,
So I don't know where this Eastern medicine shit's coming from.
no.
You gotta
Can we get shots over here?
Yeah,
probably.
You want to order some shots?
I would love to.
I want to do that before I go.
How do we do this?
Eduardo.
What kind of shots are you gonna get?
Tequila.
Jesus.
Can you get us tequila shots
Can you go get like 6
6
or 7? There's gonna be more people.
for a bunch of these people? Or
Yeah.
for those? Yeah, okay.
Go get
7
8
tequila
tequila shots. Dressed.
I haven't even had any alcohol tonight, so
Oh, this is my second drink. You should get Britt from Glanbia on this. She could talk to you about the whey protein crisis is.
Interesting.
is that Britt from Glambia?
That
think
Todd's talking to?
I think
Yeah.
I talked to her at Sands or something.
Yeah, she's all over. Britt,
Oh, we're gonna wait for
Or just tell
Tyrus.
Todd.
Tyrus.
Todd's attention.
Tyrus. Dude, Todd's great. How was your segment with Todd? Todd's one of my best friends.
Todd came from a very interesting emotional angle on the whole NMN scenario.
I feel like Todd was holding back. He really he had.
yeah,
he
he
had strong
started holding
opinions
back
on-
there for a
You
minute.
should get Todd really in on this. Give him a couple drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's already got a Phenibut. Give him an hour, and he'll be fine.
All right.
Tyrus,
Man of the
Tyrus,
hour.
you gonna do a
Man.
tequila shot? It's coming.
Get him in here.
Come on in.
Get him in here.
Get him in here.
What's up, y'all?
Good to see you, man. Great to meet you, man.
Pleasure to meet. Thank you, Ben. Love you, buddy.
Thank you, Tyrus. Now, we weren't officially introduced, but during Supply Side West, that night you were on fire at the craps table, I want you to know I was there on the opposite end of the table.
So you do know me then?
Oh,
I that is the only Tyrus that I knew. I thought you were some fucking random guy from
That's
Las
the only
Vegas.
Tyrus you need to know.
I thought you were just some random guy, Tyrus from Las Vegas. Just, he comes every Wednesday to fucking shoot craps, and he's just lighting it up, and everybody around the table is making money because Tyrus showed up. Don't know who Tyrus is, but he's got hands of fire.
I will take that reputation and run with it.
That was, and then I find out you're a Sensapure rep,
He slings flavors.
Flava Slanger.
Yep.
How do you when you talk to somebody like in just a normal person, because no one here's normal, What do you tell him you do?
Man, that conversation changes almost every time.
Yeah, it's different.
This is the guy that we need to eat the beaver anus with.
Yeah. The acetyl, the beaver anus.
He knows what it is.
Castorium.
There's a lot of interesting stuff in the flavor world like that.
Yeah.
It's starting to get phased
Now,
out, but
hold
there's
up.
still
I
some.
also heard your mom's in the game. Who does your mom work for?
ADM Wild Flavors.
Oh, a woman after my own heart. All right.
So a little healthy competition.
Stiff competition.
Absolutely.
She's not fucking around.
No, and
that
she's
is
not-
the exact throwdown you are looking at right here.
Exactly.
Because I am a devout ADM Wild
You
fan.
are.
Yes.
So this is the conversation
Yes.
to switch you from that.
Oh, snap.
I hope your
Because
mom
listen-
does not watch this episode.
If she, you know what? If she does, she'll be proud because scared money don't make money, and we gotta make some. We gotta make some money moves.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay.
Thanksgiving's gonna be weird.
This is the big show.
So that's a fun little twist. That's
Yeah.
in there. I just told I think Ben that earlier. He was like, "No way," because I actually went up to the BPI High Tech booth earlier and said, "Hey, I'd love to steal some business because I
yeah.
know who has it." And
Yeah.
they said, "You can go." And I said,
Yo, mama.
"Come on, give me a little bit." But it's a little healthy competition. It's definitely there.
Hey, when you deal with someone like ADM Wild, everything they have is so pleasing. It gives you anxiety about flirting with other flavors because they're just so goddamn consistent. And the thing about them, they're not really in-your-face flavors. They are soft. They are pleasant. They're just like uplifting this chemical message into your mouth that says, "Oh yeah, that's strawberries."
What do you know that Sensapure? You said that some different
So-
flavor houses have different like specialties.
Different suppliers, different tech, different
Yeah.
specialties. ADM Wild's got an entire citrus division, okay? Teams of fucking scientists
What is
looking
what
at
does
lemons,
Sensapure have?
oranges, limes, Buddha's hands, pomelos, grapefruits, the whole 9 yards of everything citrus.
Well, you got to let them sell you off of it. We got to hear his pitch.
I want to get the samples and let's take them to the Thunderdome.
Okay.
So the samples are in my bag. I'll start pulling them out here a little bit. We got
So you brought
flavored. we got-
several different ones.
So I have flavored collagen
Flavored collagen.
and flavored non-stem pre-workout.
Okay.
Both of these are Glaxon unflavored.
Okay.
And I know you said not to do this, but I use these products all the time and I supplement them and stack them in. So when my company said, "What are we going to do to put a product in front of them?" I said, "Do this."
Just take the unflavored.
I know we talked about
Told
this.
you I don't
Oh,
fucking
shit.
send
You
out
said-
base.
you said-
Oh shit! They
He-
planned on
He
you.
whipped
said-
behind my
oh,
back
I've
on
You've been
this.
strategized on,
I've
Joey.
been
I
hunting
know.
Joey for a while.
Oh,
So,
I love it.
and that's the thing is, when I'm hunting, unfortunately,
These products are already tainted with sucralose, but
They
I'm
are.
allowing it.
They are. And so that's the only caveat when you taste is give us something that doesn't have any flavors in it, and we'll show you what we can really do. But we wanted the top note to show what we could do.
Okay.
So that's kind of what these tastings are. So one's an unflavored pina colada collagen.
Okay.
And then we have two other flavors of the non-stem
So 3 total.
Plasm Surge. 3 total.
Okay.
And I have some others to leave with you, and you can kind of take back if you want.
All right.
I've used, unfortunately, all of the creatine.
Oh, well.
The unflavored creatine. I brought
Yeah.
that with me to a different show, but we didn't get to taste there, so I just used them myself because it tasted
Why
great.
not? Yeah.
It's a lemon Italian ice, so I will get you that flavor to try at some point.
Okay.
But those are the other 3 I have right now.
All right.
So story-wise, just
I
to
love
circle
your game.
back,
First of all, I just love your game, dude.
I appreciate
love
it.
it.
I do.
How long have
Yeah.
you been working for Sensapure?
So Sensapure has now been since June, so a
Okay.
little over 7-8 months.
How
That's
did
my
your
third
mom
flavor
feel
house.
about you getting into this? Is your third flavor house?
Third flavor house. So I started
Okay.
at ADM Wild Flavors at the same place. My mom's story is she was in customer service
Thank you,
for about 9-10 years.
Okay.
At Wild
got,
Flavors.
got into inside sales. From inside sales, got into outside sales.
Okay.
From
What's your
that,
mom's name?
Kristen Ashley.
Get the fuck out of here.
Everyone says we looked exactly the same.
Your
but I
mom
put a wig
fucking
on.
knows me.
And I know she does. And I've been trying to win your business ever since I left ADM Wild Flavors.
She
as well
is
as
the
some other big
one who
players.
brought me into the vortex.
This is so
She's good at what she does.
funny.
She's really good at what she does, and I can say I get it from her.
You don't
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
effort that I went to breach the walls of ADM Wild.
Oh, it's a lot.
And the first 2 people I get in contact with are Kristen Ashley and her friend Ryan Morris in the R&D
oh,
lab.
and he's the man. Ryan Morris is the man. So Ryan Morris is who I started with.
Yeah.
He's what helped me get passionate about this channel because I use supplements. I was an ex-Division I athlete.
And he's a fucking magician.
He
Where'd
is
you play
incredible.
at?
I was a Division I soccer player.
Really?
University of Evansville. and
So running was no problem for you.
running was no problem, but I can't say I've run
In a while.
In a while. As soon as soccer ended, I was done running.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to get into the weightlifting, which is a good crowd for this.
For sure.
It's a little bit less running, a little more weightlifting.
Yeah.
But that's how I got into the industry, was through that. Started at 80 and Wild, was there for a little bit. I kind of got into sports nutrition, did really well. Again, from that makeup that I've seen, this is how it's done.
Uh-huh.
So have you always been in sales or have you done other stuff?
Always been in sales.
Okay.
Always been in sales. But I'm a good connector. And that's what I would
Yeah.
say my sales tool is connecting. I'm never going to be the smartest person in the room, but if I can
So-
connect you with smart
yeah.
people.
What made you do the jump from ADM to Sensapure?
Well, so ADM, I went from ADM to Man, M-A-N-E. Maine,
different flavor
Gucci
company.
Maine. It's pronounced Man. I went there for a little bit. And my reason for the jump was I was pulled from sports nutrition and
Yeah.
put into commodity sales at very large corporations who were running
It's not as fun.
meat-based alternative patties.
Sure.
It was horrible.
That's
So
not
you
fun
just
flavors.
you just weren't having fun with it.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was. I was getting paid more salary, way less commission, no fun, no
for
flavors.
Beyond Meat?
for
Fuck
some,
that.
for some not fun brands. And that was
Yeah.
in this crazy spike. They're asking for 10 million pounds at $1 a pound. I can only give them 1 million pounds at $10 a pound. So that's the situation I was in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I hated it. So Man realized that they had some sports nutrition sales, but they had no idea what the industry looked like. Like, hey, some co-man named Armada put us in some product called C4 NutriBolt,
Mhm.
and it's 3 flavors, 2 million. Can we do something with this?
Yeah.
And I said, there's a lot more besides just that player.
That's a
And-
big player.
And so
That's
I,
the tip of the iceberg.
so
Yeah.
that's why I was brought in, is to say, what else is there
Yeah.
at Man? And that's what I really wanted, is my own room to run
Cool.
in the nutrition space. And from there, I ran
The
into
fact that you are
Sensapure.
Kristen's son gives you a lot more street cred than you can imagine.
I will take that. And I hear that quite a bit. So I will take that, because she's killer at what she does.
Yeah.
But if there's anyone else that can compete, I would say it's me.
Okay.
So I'll put it in that ballpark.
Are we gonna fuck around and find out?
Let's fuck around and find out. So let's try some of these samples over here.
Well, we didn't get to hear how he got to Sensapure.
Oh, so from
Oh.
Sensapure, I basically ran into Sensapure at every trade show.
Okay.
Every trade show that you can imagine.
Did
I
they
kept running into
headhunt?
them.
Did they headhunt you?
They headhunted me.
Oh,
So
okay.
we kept
what,
running
did you
into
like
every
fuck
customer.
with them at first? You're like, oh, so y'all do flavors, huh?
Well, I was like, I come from a 80 and Wild Flavors, a
Yeah.
multi-billion-dollar company, to Man, a billion-dollar company, to now Sensapure, who's tip of the iceberg trying to crack 100 million if we get
Sure.
there, right? So very different scales of it all.
You're gonna have to at least mix those in like 20
Yeah,
ounces.
you might
or
have to
so.
shake. You might have to shake. It's
It's all plasma surge.
the plasma surge non-stem. And then the collagen as well. So
So this is the current version of plasma surge,
this
right?
is the current version.
Okay.
The unflavored, naked.
So it's
that
got beta alanine
has-
and
yes.
that shit in it. Okay.
It probably still has a little. We don't need to do too much, but we can taste a little.
It's gonna
bit.
make my lips tingle.
But
I'll tell
that's-
you that much.
It's what's funny is you said you saw me at Expo West. That was my supply side.
Right.
That was my first time on the craps table
yes.
ever.
Okay.
Ever.
And we saw each other like 2 weeks ago in San
You
Diego.
were just vibing.
I'm energy, and that's what you're gonna get from me is high energy. And I'm gonna connect. I'm really passionate about this industry. I'm passionate about the products because I use them,
yeah.
and I'm passionate about what's coming next. And I like to be involved. So
More or less water.
All right. Wait.
so
I fucked this up.
Mix up the collagen, and we will do
And
our tequila
mix it
shots.
in here. and
mix
then
it in
pour
this and then pour is what
with
I
the
would
pina
do.
colada
'Cause what does it
collagen.
say serving size on it?
They should be 16 ounces
16.
each.
So
Yeah.
this is 1609. Pour a little
It's-
bit out.
yeah.
Slide as much as you can in. It's probably gonna do it at like 12 ounces.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if it's concentrated
It might be a
bit.
little more concentrated, so
Yeah.
a little more flavorful. But I would just pour a little bit out, and I would
There you
pour
go.
it in that and
There
shake
you go.
it up, if we can.
Pre-workout or collagen?
I'm open to either.
I would like to do the collagen chaser with the tequila shot.
Ooh, that's to be a good one.
Yeah.
And that's got a little. It's a pina colada.
You see the flavor?
so-
Yeah, they play together.
They
there.
will play
so
together
I'm
pretty
very
well.
excited about that.
And I don't know what goes.
Man,
that-
fuck me, a pineapple margarita would be pretty fucking good.
Well, that's coming next.
Do we do the
if you
tequila
ask for
first,
it.
or do we chase it?
Always chasing.
No, we're chasing with the collagen.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, okay.
So, glued.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
We're
Mike.
doing the shots and the tasting
Where's
together.
your knife, TK?
Oh, it's in my backpack.
It's because you couldn't take it through there.
If that one's not open, try a different one.
I haven't
try
even.
There's
I haven't even been to the Airbnb yet. We've just been here.
Oh wow, it's a Ziploc.
they locked it in.
Oh,
I can't open a single one of these.
Pass me one of them.
I keep it in the plastic. Am I crazy?
I fight with Ziplocs all the time. So, he already got it. Okay, let's do
I
it,
feel
Magic
like I'm
Man.
opening up a little baggie of cocaine. Right now.
I traveled through the airport with that. And
I
they
think
said,
it's
can
great
can
how we're
test
like
this?"
doing this at this table right now, and we have these baggies of powder in this fucking hotel lobby, and we're all filming it. The thing is, if these were normal people standing around us, they'd be like, "What the fuck is going on there?"
And that's the beauty of this
smell
industry.
this. It's very pina colada.
Is it aromatic?
It is.
Because you
But it's
taste,
light.
you
So-
taste with your nose as much as you taste with everything else.
Can you put some of that in there?
I love pineapple, and I really love the ADM wild pineapple that I have.
So this is
Okay,
Glaxon's collagen.
and
This is Glaxon's
you know,
co-
there's a lot of people
Yes,
out
Glaxon's
there who
collagen.
just like unnecessarily hate on coconut.
How many are we mixing?
And pina colada, there's a little more to pina colada than just pineapple and coconut.
There is.
I'm having so much fun right now.
I'm very interested to see what you think about this because, Joey, I'm actually one of those coconut sensitive people. I get
I'm all about it. I could
get,
totally be down
I get
for it.
suntan lotion sometimes when I try coconut.
Oh,
I get that too.
I love
And
it.
it's just there's certain tasters. Some
It's
people will taste
nostalgic.
cilantro and some people get soap. Some people get it's just really interesting. Taste is very subjective sometimes.
I think coconut smells like fun. It takes you somewhere else.
It takes me back to Malibu.
Yeah, of course.
No, the Malibu rum.
Yeah, I know.
That was nice and yummy. That I drink in Malibu.
Do you want to drink any of this as a chaser?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And I shook
All
this
right.
up too as
Let's
well.
pass these out.
Tyrus, where are you from?
So I'm from Northern Kentucky. Born and raised. My family's from Illinois, Chicago area.
So that's how you got tied in with ADM Wild.
Exactly.
Erlanger.
Yep, Erlanger, Kentucky. Good old Florence, y'all.
That's a
All right, so
big ol'.
tequila shots and then pina colada collagen flavor review.
Cheers, you guys.
Get in. All right.
Cheers. Cheers, Mike.
All right.
Ooh, that was a big shot. They don't do those pours in Utah.
Oh, that's a good chaser, actually.
Oh, that's
Tyrus. Good for you.
that was really good.
That was awesome.
I mean, that completely just
I
killed
feel
it.
like the tequila I feel like the tequila like made that pop.
So basically what you guys
There-
told me
there's-
is every tasting I do now, I should bring a bottle of tequila to it.
It would make it a lot funner.
Tequila's a jiggle juice. It gets everyone going. So
All right, all right.
come on.
I need to clear my sinuses.
And try it
What
again.
the fuck just happened?
Shoot and chase.
Is this sucralose?
I know, right?
So this was
Take
unflavored.
the shot and then.
But it had sucralose, I believe, in the unflavored to drown out the sweetness.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
are flavoring on top of the quote-unquote naked, which did try to even it out. So I do believe it is sucralose.
That gets a pass from me.
That was really good.
All right. How deep do you want to go?
I'm gonna let you just go. Just go.
We don't have much acid here.
Okay.
Now,
But I like that about that.
well, that's the thing. It's a tricky move.
Yep.
Anyone who's just some jack off the street is gonna fucking be like, all right, we're gonna do fucking pina colada, give me some fucking citric acid. We turn that bitch up, and then all of a sudden here we go. And that really pops the pineapple.
Yep.
But if you do that to collagen, it will bring out the most disgusting livestocky kind of flavor.
Off notes, absolutely.
Yes. So, you know, a lot of collagen companies will completely avoid that. They will keep the acid out of their collagen. Instead, they'll add a base like calcium carbonate to make sure that that pH stays neutral, if not alkaline. So there's some etiquette going on in this.
So the cool thing about Sensipure is the background of what Sensipure comes from is the sports nutrition channel. They were formerly a sports nutrition co-man, Genesis in Salt Lake City, running a lot of products. So when it comes to flavoring, they understand the ingredient matrix and off notes very well and some of those interactions and things that could occur. Now, with that being said, there still can be improvements. And if you would like to see that pineapple pop, there could be a touch of an acid that could be used to
So
balance it.
my questions with this, is this flavor in your library pina colada? Or is
it a
this
combo?
a combination of pineapple, coconut cream, etc.?
So you can approach it both ways. There
Yeah.
are the combo flavors. I'm not sure what was used for this one
And
specifically.
some people, they dial up and down the ratios
Yep.
one way or the other, and they create something that is, you know, trying to be unique, right?
So something cool about Sensipure is we can do the combo, show you what the combo is. If you say you love it that way, put it together in that combo. And with that being said, when you put two flavors together in one, they don't always show the way they did standalone.
Sure.
So you do have to rebalance it in a way. But you know the profile you're trying to get back to. but we can take 2 profiles and put them together, and then you're selling one sellable to a co-man or whoever's running the product.
Which is
So-
cost effective.
Do you want me to?
Yes, most cost-effective MOQ-wise. You're not sitting on. You might use more of the pineapple than you use the coconut, or more coconut than you use the pineapple. So then you buy 100 pounds MOQ of each flavor. You use 60 pounds pineapple, 20 pounds coconut. You're sitting on 80 pounds of flavor.
You're buying a lot of shit.
You're buying a lot of, and there's flavors very low use rates, and the better
Yeah.
flavors are lower use rates. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
there's a lot of flavor imitators.
Little goes a long way.
There's a
Do you
lot
do
of
the
flavor.
coloring too?
We do, so we don't sell natural colors, but we have partners that do. We would use them in products, make the introductions. You guys own the relationship, and I think that's the cool
in
part.
this case, there's colors.
There will be, yes.
Okay.
And so for that one, we have a color database we'll work with. If you guys like the color, or if you have color suppliers you work with, whatever that is, or we could sell you the colors. Obviously, there's a margin added because we're not
broker.
manufacturing
Yeah,
colors.
yeah.
So ideally, we're making introductions. You guys own the relationships, and that's what I think is really cool about someone like us versus an ADM who you use. I come from ADM, and without giving all the secrets, is ADM likes to bring a lot of stuff in and pretend it's theirs.
Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of people like
A lot
to
of
do that
people
in
love
this
to do
industry.
that because again, they're going to add their margins onto
rampant.
it, and you're gonna be happy with it because you're getting a one-stop shop.
Is that why it's a 6-week fucking lead time?
Why is Centripere's a 3?
Ooh, boy.
Probably because you got a lot of stock shit already.
Well,
Oh,
we're also
shit.
very custom.
Now, I
Don't do that.
so
But
I
no, it's my
I've dealt
spit.
with different flavor suppliers on quite a spectrum. I have even worked with flavor companies where I've tasked them like, go find this shit, smell it, extract like all the volatile compounds, and make me a flavor. You know.
So if you want someone to really do that, I'm interested in the feedback you got from the other flavor companies. Did they tell you you need to have $2 million?
no.
Did they go do it?
Yes.
Well, that's good. And they should have for you.
Otherwise, if you don't have $2 million, I'm not lifting a finger for your weird ass flavor.
There's a lot of people that will do that. And at flavor companies I come from, depending on the scale you're at, again,
Yeah.
you're Joey Savage, you got great products. If you're the next upcoming Joey Savage, you might not get that from certain people.
No. My feedback on this flavor.
Yeah.
Good job on paying attention to the acid-base rules of collagen. A toasted coconut would be superior.
We have a toasted coconut.
I know. And I want you to take this
And
message back.
that's actually my favorite is the toasted coconut versus what we used
Yes.
because it doesn't give me as much of the
This is a
suntan
soft
lotion.
coconut.
It is.
Yeah.
but I liked it.
We have a
Yeah.
complex coconut
No,
though.
don't get me wrong. I liked it.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.5.
I'll take a 7.5 on the first try.
7.5 on a first try. Toasted coconut would have been better. I don't know if I would have added acid. And that does put you guys in a bit of a corner.
Yeah.
But one thing I would have done that would have made it pop just a bit more, some salt.
Yep. Brings the flavor out a lot.
Yes.
100%. And there's little things like that, especially in the indulgence and the chocolates and the vanillas.
Well,
how
if-
much salt will do.
And if you have a toasted coconut,
It
a little bit
it
of that.
plays into the sweet round
Like
of the toasted
100
part.
milligrams. Like
Yes.
this is the smallest amount.
Let's do this next one.
All right.
what do
It's
we
a
have here?
pre-workout. It's Glaxon.
Heat
What
shrink.
is this, specimen?
No, this is plasma surge.
So it's all the non-stem. All non-stem.
Great. Because I was like, man. Okay. And this is a peach ring flavor.
Peach rings,
Y'all
yes.
don't currently have a peach ring.
So what we tried to do.
We've had a peach before, but I
Yes.
did not like it.
So what we tried to
Yeah,
do.
I
So
remember
with
that.
hunting this
The
opportunity.
bar is low here.
I love that. What we tried to do hunting this opportunity was take a peek at what you have because Glaxon has a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to show you what you got. I want to show you white space,
Also,
and it might
concept
create
of
some.
a pina colada collagen is bang on for summer.
And so that's what we tried to do. The team is very trendy, but also very tapped into what people are doing.
Yeah.
And they looked at your portfolio. They looked at where the white spaces could be.
Sure.
Doesn't mean you're going to launch it, but it could give you an idea.
I've made many pina coladas, and we haven't launched any.
And there's maybe opportunity for that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I do
if it
like the
gets there.
creaminess. So there's that third layer of creaminess. All right. So anyway, back to the peach rings. All right, we're gonna try this.
Cheers.
Plasm surge.
I appreciate you guys all giving these a try.
Yeah.
Probably concentrated a little bit. I'm guessing it might be a little bit concentrated because I'm wondering what we shook it up in. It probably asked for 16 ounces. I'm guessing we probably shook it in 14 because it was a bigger bag.
Well,
I
it's-
wish
it's
you
only
had
like
the
an 8 ounce.
specifications with you.
I could pull them. I could have them for you by tomorrow.
The flavor's
That's
there.
again.
It was a little strong.
Listen,
I would like to like test myself against this. I'd be like,
It finishes
this
nicely,
and
though.
this. All right, this is a juicy pear.
Yeah.
This is a
Oh,
very
yeah,
juicy
very
pear.
juicy. I
Not a
get
juicy
that.
pear, but a juicy peach.
Juicy
but
peach.
it's
juicy peach. That's the best kind.
Well, it's
There's
also
very many variants.
you get a taste of the pit where the seed is, like that little that line where the pit and the fruit come together. This isn't your canned peach. This is a fresh peach.
Yes.
And we have several peach variations. There's the white peach. There's the peach rings.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different ways you could take it. This is very, I would say, the natural, juicy, fresh, true to fruit.
Yes,
It does
this is very
taste to
true to
me
fruit.
A little
I got-
concentrated.
I'm very curious about the acid profile because I'm detecting citric with like a background like backup singer of Malik,
And it might be.
but I think that those roles need to be reversed. You get an 8.5 on this one, mostly because it's just such a good, accurate, true to fruit peach. I don't give a shit about the name. I don't taste any gummy to this.
You don't
This
have to
is not-
taste it. And that's the thing.
Yeah,
is-
it's not a peach ring, but this is just a really
Juicy
nice.
peach
this is
would
like
be a
a
good name
farm
for it.
fresh peach. That you would make a cobbler out of this peach.
So this
Joey,
is
I
the
have a
key.
question. What was the formula? Was that like a specimen or was that just?
So that is a plasm.
Oh, that was
not,
plasma surge because I was gonna say it did
Yeah,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
a smooth texture to it that I liked a lot.
Oh, it's
but I wasn't sure if
beautiful.
that was you or him that made that happen.
The first
probably
plasma surge
them,
was
but we'll
terrible.
play off of it.
The first version, the V1.
Did you guys
but-
add anything to make it? Did you add anything to make it like more smooth in terms of texture?
So we will sometimes. I'm not sure what was done on this.
I don't
Again,
think
this
they
was-
needed it.
This was a
Right.
But
built-
that was
this
very
built-
smooth.
So
Yeah,
this
it was
was
very
built
smooth.
off of the Glaxon unflavored, and the idea with unflavored base is that you stack those into other things and they add no flavor to
Right,
them.
right.
And so this is to credit to the unflavored, the non-flavored naked, is we just top noted this.
Salt again in this one
Would bring it out.
would pop it.
And
Just
so
a
what I
hint.
would love to do is flavor these completely naked or work with you, right? And not buy
Told
your
you,
stuff
man. I don't.
to do it.
I don't send out baits.
I know you don't.
You bring your fucking tools to the lab.
We'll bring
and
the
we will
bangers.
do
We'll bring the
this.
bangers down, and we're coming.
Come to Houston.
We're coming.
Yeah,
come
that's
to
all you gotta
Savage
do.
Nutra.
Bring the bangers down. Bring
Yeah.
your A squad,
Yeah.
and let's
Oh,
get to fucking work.
You don't have to tempt me with a good time.
Joey's just asking for salt because he had that tequila shot. I think that's why
Exactly.
you keep wanting salt.
No,
Joey also
I'm
likes
weird
salt.
about. I'm almost like superstitious. Like if you don't give it a pinch of salt, it's not going to be good.
I
Yeah,
agree.
a little
Um,
over the shoulder in it, right?
Yeah.
What-
Joey's also a chef where he wants to fuck with it a little himself.
And I think that's really cool because there's not a lot of people that do that. People sometimes they love
There's
get,
like
get to market
yeah,
with it. I'll
let's
market
do
it, right?
Yeah.
So I do appreciate the touch of creativity you want to add to it, and I think that's exciting. And so when I said that I might have flavored some of your unflavored stuff, you said please don't shoot yourself in the foot and try to flavor it better than I can, and I like that.
What an ego on you,
No,
Joey
but I
Savage.
like that because
Oh my God.
Fucking real, though.
But it adds your authenticity to it, which is what your customers resonate with.
Now he's trying to sell to your ego.
Come on now.
He's been in sales for a long
Wait,
time.
I
TK.
learned from the best.
His mother.
We lost all our cups.
All right. So what is this third one?
So this is actually one that you requested
The Pluot.
to send a banger of.
I said send me your bangers, and he didn't give me a list of bangers. So I was like, fine, give me the fucking Pluot.
So we have bangers, and actually they arrived to you while you were here at the show.
Okay.
So they shipped out,
Okay.
and they arrived down where we shipped them to
Okay.
while you were at the show. So when you get back, you will have a list of about, I think, 12 to 15 initial bangers, and there's some others coming after.
I love all the intel.
now that-
Like, it's just such a good sell.
That it's like
Yeah.
it's like asking me to color a picture, but not giving me any fucking crayons. And
You don't need to color it.
no, I
it-
need to color it.
No.
I need to
If
I need
you're
to
the tattoo
understand
artist, you did
the
all
medium
the outlining and
of
you
what
let
I'm
them
doing.
color it.
But I like coloring.
Fair enough.
Cheers to the Pluot.
Cheers.
The Pluot.
I started a little early on you guys because I was thirsty over here.
That's stronger.
Are you sure? I thought it was weaker.
I thought it was stronger than the peach.
I think that's when that one's definitely weaker.
I thought it was weaker than the peach.
You just need to bump that up.
Maybe it's the
Tires,
citric
yeah,
acid. or
Flavor intensity.
All right, so Pluots have rules too.
Yep.
Malik dominant. Malik dominant for sure. This tastes like it needs to be like 100 to 150 milligrams more flavor
Stronger.
in general.
Intensity.
The glutathione's coming through.
Okay.
something. I get that too.
You know, it's been a bane of my fucking existence with Plasm Surge, just covering the glutathione. And that's once again where salt comes in, because for some fucking reason,
It extends it.
well, it's not even that, but like just that salt creates a different type of umami response on the tongue that kind of makes you forget that there's sulfur present. Salt kind of takes the sting out of sulfur when you're like tasting glutathione.
Mhm.
I like that.
I thought the peach did a better job of masking.
sure
it.
well,
did.
peach is kind
Well,
of sulfury.
Yeah, it is.
So
He's-
peach plays into it.
Yes, it does.
And
Oh,
so that
okay.
I was going to say that when he was talking
Peaches
about it.
are oddly funky. Yeah.
I've never really, to be honest, when you said Pluot, I'm like, what
fuck?
is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Where do you get that? And so my team
Show
sent
me the
it.
menu,
I
and I'm
already-
like,
I tried.
that one.
I tried one of them because I was like, I need to make sure that this is somewhat decent to show because I've never tried this thing before.
Well,
so it's
I'm
interesting.
also disappointed with the current Pluot that we have. So it's like we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
You know, once again, the bar on that one is low.
The flavor's there. It just needs a lot of work in the fine tuning.
And so this is a first go, and the
Yeah,
idea
right,
of the
right.
first go is to give you guys some. This is a proactive.
right.
So this is again not working in the cleanest of clean, unflavored base.
Right.
But it's set
You're,
up at
you're
a
getting a
certain
6.0
standard.
on the Pluot, but
That's
you
okay.
you can have a shot at redemption should those bangers be in my
It's not
box when
bad,
I
it
get
just
back.
needs more
boy.
dialed up. But I'm with you on the salt thing. Like my daughter and I, we make chicken dipping sauces at home, and she's like, it needs more sweetness. She always wants more honey in my sauce.
Oh,
and
sure,
everything.
yeah.
But I'm like, wait, watch this. I add salt, and it just blows
Changes
up
her
and
mind.
She's like, she couldn't believe it, and it's like, it just changes.
It doesn't
everything. So I'm
even
with
take
you.
much. It doesn't
Yeah.
even take much to be like, watch this.
And it
She thought I
really
was a
accelerates
magician.
it.
I added salt and I made it sweeter. Like,
Yeah.
how cool is that?
Or it's just the contrast that it provides against the sweetness, where it just tricks the mind, be like, oh my God, it's so sweet. It's like, no, it's actually more savory, but you know, have fun anyway.
Right.
You still like it?
Oh yeah.
Thank you for letting me join in and hear everything.
Thank you
Are-
guys.
are
Dude,
there
thank you
any-
for pouring and like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there any other flavors? Or
So that was the 3. I
was
drank.
the-
Unfortunately, I drank all 5 samples we did of the lemon Italian ice creatine. They were really fucking.
it was that good.
Really fucking.
I've
good.
been there before
So
where I have a
listen,
flavor
Did you
and
have
I'm
no
like,
faith?
I just,
Were you just like, fuck it, this
Well,
isn't gonna?
no. Listen, I walked
These
up.
are
To,
mine.
I
That's
walked
what he
up.
said.
I
You
walked
guys
up.
obviously did a lot
I
of
just-
work here.
I tried one of each of these. The lemon Italian ice creatine on my off days from the gym, I would just use because it tasted phenomenal. And I like a flavored creatine just to take by itself sometimes. It was really good. The lemon Italian ice, and the reason we did the lemon Italian ice, just to kind of give you a flavor perspective,
Yeah.
is your unflavored creatine.
Right.
Creatines are always stacked.
Yes.
Even flavored creatines sometimes are stacked.
Mhm.
So this is a lemon Italian ice. Standalone, it tastes like a lemon Italian ice. When you add it to another flavor in a stacked product, it brightens the flavor. And so that's the reason why we tried to show that to you. I should have brought it. I didn't think I'd get a chance to maybe run these by you a second time.
you need to come down sometime.
Let's do it.
Like, have you ever spent time in like the R&D lab at Sense Pure ADM or any of this stuff and you're like, let's fucking go? And
so when I got
have you
into
ever
the-
mixed up a sample? Have you ever been hands-on in a lab before?
So when I got into the industry, so I did a few things at ADM that were really interesting to me. So one of the first things I did was you bite a strawberry, but you have your nose pinched,
Okay.
and you release your nose, and you see how aromatic really plays a perspective into
100%.
So you taste a strawberry with your nose pinched, it tastes completely different. You open it up, and it's like all of a sudden all of these new aromas and these flavors come in.
Sure.
So that was interesting. I've also done an experiment at ADM Wild where they flavored 10 beverages. They were all purple colored, and they said, "Tell us what this is." Everyone tries it, and they're like,
That
"It's
is-
grape. It's grape. It's got to be grape." It was
Because
orange.
you taste with your eyes.
It's an orange flavor.
Yeah.
So you taste with your eyes, you taste with your nose, and it shows you the importance of that. I've also built a flavor, hands-on, at ADM Wild, and they said make a raspberry flavor. Here's the 100 possible aroma chemicals that you can use. Some are fresh, some are true to fruit, some are jammy, some are ripe, some are green, and it is really, really fucking hard. And so when they say there's a society of flavor chemists for a reason, it's a 7-year flavor training
It's
program.
special. It's really a special
It is literally
thing.
like the most. It's like Men in Black. Like it's exclusive.
It's like sommeliers of fucking everything. The whole
Of
rainbow of
every
of flavors.
single aroma chemical that can impart taste.
I feel like we could do a
Or-
whole other podcast.
All right,
There's so
so-
many more.
Yeah.
You know, the
we should do
custom
something more
flavor.
interactive. I mean, this is pretty interactive. But
The
we should do
custom
something
flavor
really
that I had made.
Expo West could be a good shot for that. We'll bring you guys over
We
to the
gotta
booth.
get.
The custom flavor I had made was cannabis.
I think we're getting kicked out of this thing, so
Are we?
we gotta wrap it up here pretty quick.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Oh, we gotta get Austin on here. That's right. We got 15 more minutes. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
so we're gonna go ahead and do that.
Guys, it was great to meet you. We're
Tyrus.
gonna run this back. We're gonna run
for
it back.
sure.
I didn't
dude.
know you were Kristen Ashley's son.
Yeah,
I
well,
will give you a legit chance now.
Hey, I will take it. Shout out to Mama. So
Yeah.
This
we'll
is
take it,
this is
y'all.
one situation where that rivalry
I
is paid
respect
off.
the game, dude. That was so much fun, man.
It was really fun. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all sitting with me for a minute.
Well, like,
Fuck
thank
yeah.
you for like doing your intel, and thank you for like conning Joey. Like, I love it.
This
Oh,
made
yeah,
great
yeah.
content.
Come
This
on.
made
It's
great
great
content.
content.
This is the first of many, and actually, this is
Yeah.
one of my first podcasts. So
10 out of 10, bro.
ever been on. So I'm excited to kind of see.
I
what
want to go
comes out of
gamble
this.
with you because you seem to be lucky at your first time. with
So
me.
scared money doesn't make money, and that is. I was yelling it at the
Where's
table.
that tattooed on you?
Oh, it's coming across the chest. So
Oh, hell yeah.
right below it is no regrets with an A.
Hell yeah.
So I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you
Yeah.
guys soon.
Yeah,
Thanks,
homie.
Cyrus.
Thank you guys.
Let's get Austin on
Can we
the.
take a pee break or can I?
No.
No?
Why do I gotta follow you?
Come on.
Come on.
You want to just get done with this wrap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, these microphones are big.
It's like a big old black microphone in your face.
Here, this is a big microphone in my face.
Well, we're gonna have you down sometime for at the actual studio.
Yeah,
You're going
this
to be
is
on
a-
an actual pod.
Yeah, but we got
This is a
we-
teaser.
We got Austin here.
It's like a preview.
How's the show been for you, buddy?
It's been busy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really expect much from a consumer-facing show, but it's been a pretty wild time.
Yeah.
Have you made any like good business connections at this show?
Made a lot of really good business connections.
Well, let's just back it up and say
Okay.
who Austin is.
Oh yeah, look, you want to do an introduction?
Yeah.
Man,
Taylor Knox. I'm Joseph Savage, and this is
Austin Holt.
all right. Austin
So,
Holt. Where do you come from?
I come from Macrocap Labs.
You got to talk into the microphone.
I'm
get
talk-
up on that.
Do I
babe.
have to put it?
There
real,
you go.
real
You
close?
can hear it in your own.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I'm
headphones.
about to lick it.
Lick it anyway.
Just the tip.
Do
Just-
it.
Yeah.
So I come from Macrocap Labs. We are a beverage and nutraceutical manufacturer. So, carbonated, still liquid from 2 ounce all the way to 32 ounce, pills, powders, pretty much do it all other than gummies. We don't do gummies.
So, just so viewers know, if you've drinking an energy drink beverage, there's a good chance that you've drinking a Macrocap Lab.
There's a significant
Beverage.
chance that if you've consumed energy drinks, at least one of them
yeah,
has come from Macrocap.
especially if you've been here at the Arnold.
I,
and
yeah,
and kind of the guy that the account rep behind that would be you, Mr. Austin Holt.
most likely. I would say you have a 99.999% chance that you have consumed a beverage that I have managed at some point during the process.
And that's pretty impressive. What's that ride been like? Energy drinks are
Dude.
huge, man.
I want to just say it's been a wild ride, but I feel like that does not do it any justice whatsoever. If people understood the process that goes behind a carbonated beverage, I think it would sound like, I'm not trying to make us sound really cool, even though I think we are really cool, but it's hard. It is.
It's not easy. There's a lot of fucking rules.
It is fucking hard.
Hell
like,
yeah.
There's so many days where I go into the office, I'm like, dude, like, I really wish we just stuck to supplements.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because when
it's
you
complicated.
when you
or
go
be-
from the powdered medium to the liquid medium, there's a decent chance that you're taking these beautiful little ingredients that we know and love so well, and you're dropping them into a vat of acid, and you're praying that they survive.
Correct.
And a lot of times they don't. And you're like, they fucking die in the cup or in the can in this case.
well, you guys have Lou, who's a mad
Dude,
scientist.
thank God. And
Yeah.
I really wish we had another headset because I
Yes.
feel like, I'm just a sales guy. If
Yeah.
you want like Lou and Joey on a podcast, which will happen,
Yeah.
Oh, eventually.
dude, that would be like Rochambeau. Like, let's see, like I don't even know like what would happen.
If Lou and I talked about the creatine gummy problem, it would be over in an instant.
Dude.
We'd be like, we know exactly what's going on here.
If you want to get Lou hot right now, bring up creatine gummies. Like that is his
He should know.
pressure
Yeah,
button right now.
he's definitely gonna know. That's why you haven't made a creatine RTD.
I was just talking to Glambia about a water-soluble creatine.
Doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't.
Nope. State regulations are in conflict with federal regulations on that one.
I didn't know that, but thank you, Joey.
It's all right. It's
He's
all
like,
right.
we're gonna try it anyway.
I've been very vocal on LinkedIn about this, and you shoot yourself in the foot, but it's okay.
So, thank you guys for having me. I haven't said thank you yet, but
Well,
this
thank
is
you for fucking
pretty much a
joining
bucket
us.
list item for me.
Don't die tomorrow. We need more energy drinks.
You need to raise the bar, dude. You need to raise the bar.
So there's a lot of really, really cool innovation coming that everyone will see throughout this year. There's a lot more energy drinks coming. It is not saturated enough. Let me tell you that. There's
I've got
a lot
some
more we can do.
ideas. So many fucking ideas, Austin.
You guys are building, we did like a video with you guys. We went, first of all, you're a Florida guy.
Florida boy.
Sorry.
Florida man. Is that what we say?
Are you from Florida? Like
Yeah.
from the area where
He's a
the
Florida country
manufacturer
boy.
is?
Oh, yeah. So I'm kind of like TK, except on the Florida side. I grew up in the backwoods.
Okay.
Country, shooting guns,
Wrestling bears.
wrestling hogs.
Alligators.
They do have
Gators.
bears and cougars out there.
Dude, we got anacondas, pythons, iguanas, you name it, we got it.
Yeah, the
Joey
iguanas
loves that
thing.
shit.
Meth,
The iguanas are like
whatever.
fucking squirrels out there.
And you do like squirrels.
I do like iguanas too.
Fun fact, my Wi-Fi password is classysquirrel239.
Oh, noted.
That's on the internet.
If I come out there to visit, I'm always going to remember.
So you guys, we got to tour your new facility, which is big.
That's what they say.
Yeah. When you guys moving in?
So originally it was November.
Uh-huh.
We were really excited because we were like, oh man, Olympia's in Orlando. Let's bring all the customers through.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, construction never goes according to plan.
Never, yeah.
Still got to bring a lot of
You're
customers.
talking about last November.
Last November,
Yeah.
like, what was this, 4 or 5 months ago
Yeah, I
now at this
remember.
point?
Yeah, yeah.
Needless to say, we are very close. We should be hopefully moving nutraceuticals in before the end of the month. We have some audits scheduled, so we'll hopefully be functioning as far as nutraceuticals go by end of March, early April.
It's good to get one in early.
It is.
Yeah.
So beverage is going to be phase 3.
Mm-hmm.
So offices, nutraceuticals phase 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Beverage is phase 3. So right now we're tearing up a ton of concrete and foundation, laying some big pipes. No pun intended.
Yeah.
They should talk to Zach about that, huh?
Yeah.
So we're hoping to have beverage up and running May or June, and it's going to be a lot of added capacity.
Yeah. Excited,
lot.
huh?
Very excited.
It's just more money you can make.
More money, more problems. Same thing.
Yeah.
But we're very excited.
Is your job a stressful one, would you say?
If you would have asked me this question last year, I would have said yes.
Uh-huh.
But I have kind of a new outlook on life starting January 1st, 2024. I made a promise to myself that I sell supplements.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a heart surgeon or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Even though it may feel like that sometimes.
It does.
Just have fun.
It
with
really
man.
does. And you know what? I actually had a conversation with Joey about this at supply side about a customer that's getting me really worked up. And he was just like, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it happens. And I was like, at that time I was like, man, Joey's so cool. Like, I wish I could think like that. And like now, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, communicate to your customer, if something's off or, some type of
Or
outside-
send them a terrible sample, which I am
That.
not afraid to do.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you think your idea is so great? Here you fucking go. Tell me how great it is now.
But like it can be stressful. So like
Right.
obviously like you have deadlines for brands that
For sure.
you have to hit, and like I come from the branded side, so I'm very sensitive to that kind of information. Like when you have tons of marketing dollars and ad campaigns and all this riding on this deadline, you got to make sure you hit it for the customer. Unfortunately, there are things that happen in manufacturing. I'd be lying to you if I told you it was all smooth sailing.
No, it's hard.
It's very hard, and I think that's a side of the industry that a lot of people don't get to see is just how hard it is and how many things go wrong when bringing a product to market. I mean, Joe,
Oh,
you've
God.
been doing this.
Too fucking long. Amazing things can happen where a product's going to market and just like, oh, that's not going to work now.
I'm not lying. Like the shit that happens to us, and I hope it doesn't happen to everyone else, but here's a story. We're like pushing the deadline for this beverage, right? And we have to make it, I think this was like on a Tuesday, and we have to make it to get it shipped by Thursday so this customer can launch the product at a very large event that weekend. So like very tight timeline. We have the trays that aren't even finished yet. They finish Monday night. So we send a dedicated truck with 2 drivers driving from Wisconsin all the way to Florida. They get
got
to the
a job for you. You're
They
going to
get
go
to
to this
the
place,
Florida-
Wisconsin.
they get to the Florida-Georgia line,
Yeah.
and the truck flips over.
I've had this happen.
What?
The truck literally flipped over, and I had to text the
And
customer.
your trays are all over the highway.
all over, like spread everywhere.
You have to
and-
do like an insurance claim.
Dude, and like it sounds so crazy, but I'm like, I had to call the customer, and I'm like,
You'll never guess what happens.
the truck literally flipped over on the highway, and your trays are spread out all across
2
I-95
different states.
Right now.
God dang.
So,
that's terrible.
needless to say, we didn't make that deadline, but
Yeah.
shit happens, man. And
Yeah.
like, the nice thing is, I think we've done such a great job at onboarding the right customers that we have such a great relationship with all of our customers at this point that they understand that and they appreciate when we just communicate with
Because
them.
you're partners.
Exactly. We're
Yeah.
partners in this thing. You know, their success depends on us and our success depends on them.
Neck to neck.
We're even good friends. We're not even partners or customers or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I call Joey pretty much every week at this point, and I don't even know what I call him about half the time.
You ever seen this?
Me too.
Once or twice.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny, like,
It's like, are you gonna say something? Say something smart, Joey.
dude, like I don't like I'm just a sales guy. I don't have a big brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an okay brain. It's just not as big as Joey's.
Yeah.
So when I have things happen, I'm like, who do I call?
Yeah.
Joey Savage.
I want you to dance, monkey.
I do like to dance. I'm the monkey with the tap shoes.
What's on the horizon for you guys at MacroCap?
Man, there's a lot. A lot of the things I can't really talk about
For
right
sure.
now. Hopefully, I can talk about them in the coming weeks. But like you said, obviously moving into the new facilities, very large. It's been a project that's taken, it's funny. We actually had another facility getting built out this time last year. We're literally built the entire thing out. We went to start moving, and we realized that we already outgrew it, and it's kind of happening.
God, I
again.
hate that. But it's just like,
Dude,
it's a good problem, but it's still a problem.
It's a problem, and we're kind of seeing that again. But at least this facility will at least handle us for hopefully 12 months, at least. But
After millions spent.
it's really just added capacity, man. We've really had to throttle the business over the last year, and be very selective with who we onboard, just because we only have so much capacity right now.
I feel that.
And we've been so blessed with a lot of our customers are growing. We've really partnered with not only the right individuals, like when it comes to attitude and mindset and values, but also like these guys are winning.
Yeah.
You
Like,
bet on the right horses.
dude, like, and that's, I think that's one of the hardest parts about, being a manufacturer is like, you can't say yes to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have to be able to identify like who's the next winner, like who's like, because every brand has a life cycle. I don't care how big you are, who you are, everyone has a life cycle. Some life cycles are longer than others, but like you have to continue to fill the hopper with the next best thing. And I credit our team. We have an amazing team. From our admin team to our research and development team, our procurement team, our operational team. Like, God, I would not want to live a day in those guys' shoes operating the lines.
Yeah.
And our sales team as well, like just being able to identify the right brands and bring those brands on board and like into our incubation system. We've been extremely, I want to say lucky. I mean, I'd be lying if I told you there wasn't a little bit of luck involved, but
Always
Sure,
is.
everything's
Yeah.
serendipitous.
but that's really it, man. Just more capacity, bringing on more
so you're
brands.
out here. You guys have a booth. Is there anything you're like pursuing directly? Is there like a brand that you're like, hey, you need to hit me up?
There are.
Yeah.
We had
Really?
we had a hit list coming in.
Oh,
Like,
snap.
we did.
Yeah.
Dude, we are savages.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But dude, we made ourselves a little list, and
Did you go after him?
we did.
Did you take him down? Or did you at
We
least?
did.
they're
We
just-
actually took down some that weren't even on the list.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's been like I said, we did not really know what to expect coming into a consumer-facing show. We've done the supply sides, the Expo West, all the supplier-related shows,
But fairly, this is fish in a barrel for you guys.
dude, it is so fun because there's other manufacturers here. I see them walking around, and there's some really great manufacturers here that I speak very highly of, but there aren't any other manufacturers with a booth.
No.
And dude, like it is absolutely crazy to see how many brands and like not just sales
Or even
people,
consumers who are on
Correct.
the brink of starting their own brand.
dude. I didn't even think about it until it happened today. Big time influencers that have
Yes.
Yeah.
like, and that's the way of the future. Like we're all seeing
Yeah.
the influencer marketing.
Certainly
Right,
are.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting here thinking about brands the entire time while we're coming here, and I'm like, we got approached by some very, very, very large influencers today, and I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Whole
Yeah.
new horizon.
Yeah.
Uncharted territory.
No, and it's funny too. 'cause,
Y'all
like,
are the
I'm
only
like,
ones here.
yeah, we're the only ones. And after this podcast comes out, I'm sure there's going to be some
more
others.
phone calls. Yeah.
But
more emails.
no, I'm just saying more manufacturers are going to start coming to these shows now.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well, yeah,
You
yeah.
kind
The
of let the
cat's
cat out of the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a barrier entry. It's not cheap.
It's not, and
And
you
it's
know,
all hands on deck.
dude. It
Yeah.
is like
you need to have the team.
we had some pressure.
Yeah.
You know, we came out here and like to your point, it's not cheap. And I'm telling you right now, we went back to Florida this weekend and we didn't close something. Our heads are going to be on a chopping block.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, it was well worth it.
Not worthless.
Right.
Dude, that's awesome. And you're the only ones here. You're the
Yeah,
only fish in this pond. You got all the
Dude,
prey.
It's been fun.
At least on the beverage side.
Yeah, for sure
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
beverage
Yeah,
side.
I mean, like I said, there's other manufacturers here, and
Yeah.
you know, and we're not the best at everything. You know, I like referring people to trustworthy manufacturers that can do a better job at some things than we can. You know, I'd be lying to you if I told you we were the best powder manufacturer. We're limited with our capacity of powders, but being able to like form these relationships with these other manufacturers, like Joey, like you know, we've been working together for I don't know a year
At
now.
least in supply side.
Yeah, I love being able to refer customers to someone who can do a better job than I can at a certain discipline and making sure that customer has a great experience. Like, because again, like that's part of my job.
Yeah.
Like, I need to make sure
Customer
our customers
service. Yeah.
experience, like if they have a problem, I want to be their solution, whether it's me personally being that solution or whether I'm referring them to someone who can be that solution.
Or their punching bag.
Or that.
Dude, we are a punching bag
I feel that.
a lot of the time. I mean, dude, you deal with it on the design side.
Oh, bro, I am a punching bag. Human bag.
You know, everyone wants something very intricate that's going to take a very long time, and they want it yesterday, and they want it for $0.00.
Yeah.
But
But we
that's
still find a
everywhere.
way to make it work for people
You
the
do.
best we can.
do.
I really got to pee. You ready to kind of...
Let's
Wrap
cut
us
it
in
off for tonight. Thanks for tuning into part 1. Tomorrow we'll be continuing this for part 2. And if that doesn't happen, I mentioned it now. So we'll see you next time, whenever that is.
Austin,
Thank you guys.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
We're going to bring you down to Houston
I'll be in
sometime.
Houston soon.
Okay.
Not till it gets hot though.
We'll do like a
I
lot
want like
of
the moist, like humid Houston experience.
You got to
Good.
come in middle of July or August.
All
It's
right.
my birthday.
All right, swamp
We'll
ass.
go get a boat or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But I want to go through the whole beverage process.
And
Yeah.
when I go to Florida, I want to swim with the manatees.
The sea cows.
Yes.
That's what we call them.
Have you ever?
I've swam with dolphins, but I have not swam with the
This
sea
is a
cows.
content making experience. We're going to go to Macro Cap and go manatee swimming.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
I would
still-
love for you guys to actually set up a podcast studio in the new warehouse. That'd be kind of cool. But we still got to go to Houston.
Just do it in the middle.
Manatee
Yeah.
encounter.
And we'll get Lou, and we can go in like a very in-depth
Like R&D,
beverage
yeah.
R&D.
We should do that.
This
Yeah.
is how you make a beverage.
Yeah.
Because do not ask me any science-related beverage questions because I'm going to answer with I don't know.
And you're going to be like watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank
That's
you.
fun.
Austin,
We'll see you
thanks,
next
man.
time.
All right.
Supp Works Podcast.